What's going on, good people? You're watching the Week 11 Start Bench Show. I'm here for you. My name's Smitty. Hit that subscribe button if you're new. Hit that thumb up button on your way in the door. And let's have a little 2 to 3 hour Start Bench party, shall we? First in the building today, let's see who it is. And let me also remind you, I'm live doing this Monday through Friday, 7 p.m. Eastern. I'm live at midnight, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. I'm live Sunday morning, Sunday evening. First in the building was Perquez, OEG, Silver, David, Number, D-Class, D, the usual suspects. James is in the building. What's up, Axe? What's going on, Jumbo? I'll see you all in T-minus 3 minutes. The Fantasy Football Show, it begins right now.
You are about to enter the Fantasy Football Show. Please stand by like a boss. Estás entrado al fantasía fútbol novelas. Espera con el patrón. Smitty is live Monday through Friday, 7 p.m. Eastern. You are about to enter the Fantasy Football Show. Please stand by like a boss. Estás entrado al fantasía fútbol novelas. Espera con el patrón. You are about to enter the Fantasy Football Show. Please stand by like a boss. Estás entrado al fantasía fútbol novelas. Espera con el patrón. You are about to enter the Fantasy Football Show. Please stand by like a boss. Estás entrado al...
Live from the FantasyFootballShow.com studios. It's the Fantasy Football Show. Live! Monday through Friday, 7 p.m. Eastern.
What's up, good buddies? You're watching the Fantasy Football Show. Please punch that thumb up button on your way in the door. Please subscribe if you're new. We just hit 17K last night. We're almost at 17.1K already. Thank you, Carter, for the super chat. Thank you all for filing in. I'll answer super chats in the order in which they have been received. I want my voicemail crew to start dropping voicemails. If you're in my voicemail crew, drop the voicemails. Voicemail show. Let's go. I sent a message in the group. So if you're in the voicemail group and if you want to be in the voicemail group, all you got to do is go to my Instagram, The Fantasy Football Show, same as the YouTube handle, The Fantasy Football Show. Click on the subscription button And for $4.99, you get thrown into a big, massive group chat with only subscribers where you can ask a question and you get a lot of interested people ready to help you out. I chime in throughout the day in that chat. And then also inside that chat, you can hold down the microphone and ask a question. And that's where I pull the voicemails from. So drop one every day if you want. It's a way to get exclusive access to me and your question not only played on the show, but I answer it on the show. And so that's how you get that. Okay, let's get to a couple of these super chats, and then we'll go to the phone lines in a minute too. So we're going to do it all today. We're going to do it all mixed together. Drop your supers. Any $20 hauler gets immediate assistance immediately when I see it. Need one running back, one wide receiver, one flex. Tony Swift, Mike Williams, Pollard. I think I sit Mike Williams right now until we know what's what. That's a pretty easy call for me. Running back, wide receiver, oh, shoot. Yeah, that works. Okay. One wide receiver, one flex. Good. Yeah, sit Mike Williams. Thank you for the question. Thank you for the super chat. Carl. 199 PPR 2 flex pick 2 Rondell Garrett Wilson Campbell. This could depend on this. The problem is you got to make assumptions based on that Cardinal Monday night game. I'm gonna go Rondell and Garrett Wilson. I think that's the safest course of action myself, but I could see somebody wanting to it's a very close call, but that's how I'd roll until we see Campbell be more. I don't know. He's just got to convince me some more. I'm not ready to shove him out there. I think Rondell Moore looks very, very, really, really good and utilized properly right now in Arizona, which is something I've been waiting for a while because he's such an explosive guy, such a playmaker. A little bit of like a Deebo Samuel to him, just a different build. And if anybody says he's not big and strong, yeah, he's not big, but he's strong. He can out squat almost every lineman in the NFL. So people need to look at do the lift under the hood before they start talking down Rondell Moore's strength or ability. He's really, really a talented, strong, even though he's like 5'8" or something like that, can out squat almost every lineman in the NFL. He's smart, he's strong, he's a playmaker. He's got a good nose for the end zone and making big plays. He's slippery, he's quick, he's agile, he can catch. I like Rondell Moore a lot. The problem is now that the Hollywood Brown's back, he does kind of fall to the wayside a little bit, but I still like him over Slayton for right now, especially not knowing what Hopkins' status is going to be, not knowing what Hollywood status is going to be. I still rely on Rondell Moore right now. Smitty, need help at flex. Choose between Mooney, Allen, Robinson, Tony, or Pollard. I'm going to go with the high-risk, high-reward play in Tony. Make sure you understand that it could net you 4 points or it could give you a big explosion day. So trust your gut on that, but I'm going to roll with the man that we're all excited about watching play football with opportunities galore facing him in week number 11 because Juju's out. Mecole Hardman's on IR, out at least 4 games. It's a wide open door for him. What he does with it is, to be determined, and I'm excited to find out. I really like Kadarius Toney. I know a lot of you do too. All right, open the phone lines. Let's go.
Call into the show. Call into the show.
Dial into the show. This one's from Troy. Troy says, "Hey Smitty, ETN and Pickens for Higgins and Christian Watson." What? No, bro. I hate sending super chatters on a lap, but I mean, ETN and Pickens for Higgins and Watson? I don't know what we're doing here, bro. ETN's a top maybe 7 overall player. You can't even be considering this. This isn't even something I would even know. You did an amazing job, Troy, drafting the man known as ETN. So kudos to you. Okay, to you for doing that, for making that decision. But you did need to take a lap for the disrespect you threw on ETN's name just now. You're live on the Fantasy Football Show. I'm talking to Jay Farr, and I got James on hold. James, hang with me real quick. Jay Farr, go ahead. You were first. Let's hear what you got to say, bro. You're live.
How you doing, Smitty? Everything good?
I'm good, bro. I'm good.
Great. I just traded away Mahomes, CD Lamb, and Garrett Wilson.
Hold on. Let's write this one down. Mahomes,
CD Lamb, and Garrett Wilson.
Okay.
For ETN, Hill, Amari Cooper, and Geno Smith. I'm in second place, and I can afford the loss. What do you think?
So Mahomes, and who's your quarterback going for? Geno?
Geno, correct.
See, this is tough because I haven't even looked at the trade yet, but whenever I know someone's going from Mahomes to Geno, even if you're upgrading somewhere else, it's really hard to absorb because we all know anybody that's starting Geno. I mean, Geno's been playing well, but anybody that's been starting, even Geno or Danny Dimes or whatever, it's so nice to have a Mahomes, a Josh Allen, a Jalen Hurts, and now a Justin Fields. It's such a anxious free zone to be sitting in, you know, and when you go this route, it drives you nuts, man. This is why I'm a big early quarterback advocate, and I always have been. This isn't new to me. You're going to see a lot of analysts jump on the early quarterback train this coming year. So let me evaluate it real quick because I haven't looked at it yet. I'm just saying off the top, it concerns me. But then you look at this trade and you say to yourself, okay, let's take. I mean, the crazy part is ETN and Hill are ranked higher than any player on the other side of this trade.
Exactly. That's kind of why I did it. I wanted to get the extra players.
Yeah. So as much as it pains me to see what you're doing to your quarterback position, and as much as it you potentially could, lose at quarterback, ETN and Hill are very, very good. It's still close though. It's not like a smash, but it's one that I say to myself, okay, can I even pick up Watson on waivers? Is there a chance to get Deshaun Watson?
So this is a 2 QB league.
Oh, you didn't tell me. You didn't tell, bro. You left that part. That's like telling me. That's like telling me that you're playing in a one person league all of a sudden, like out of nowhere. It's information.
No,
I need to have.
I apologize.
I mean, Mahomes now is the number one. He's the number 2 or number 1 overall player in your league.
He's the best player.
He's the best player now. That's a kick to the nads all of a sudden, bro.
Yeah, it is. But I was weak in my positional players, and I needed to strengthen up on my RB2. I also got 2 much better receivers than CD Lamb and Garrett Wilson, so I upgraded there. And with Watson coming back, I thought it was a kind of no-brainer for me.
I don't know. Let's see what the chat thinks about it. Hey, chat, what are you thinking on this one? Kadarius Toney or Gabe Davis? Gabe Davis is safer. Kadarius Toney's a much higher risk, higher upside play. By the way, who is that? Cervantes. Gus is expected to be active but limited, says Jacob. Dallas may miss the season, says Joe. Okay. Hey, guys, what do you think on this right here? Would you trade Aaron Jones for Cortland Sutton for Alvin Kamara? Absolutely, Wesley. Come on, bro. Get with the program. Read the room, Wesley. Swift or Jamal? Probably Swift for me. What are you guys thinking on here? Owen says I'd take Kamara. Come on, answer this question right here. What are you guys having this side discussion for in the chat? Let's get to work here. We got Hazelnut and Drew and Frake. I appreciate you guys coming together and answering questions, but I need you right now. 2 QB league. I'm keeping Mahomes, says True Penguin. Yeah, man. What's up, Michael KCPA? Appreciate you being in the building. ETN side. I don't want to trade away Mahomes. LOL. Kamara. OEG. Come on, OEG. Step up here. Mahomes side. I'd keep Mahomes. It's not looking good, bro. I'm not saying it's a bad trade, and I'm sure people that say Mahomes, they're not leaning heavily on the Mahomes side because it's such a good value that you're getting in those 2 players. But you could argue if you wanted to that CD Lamb is close to one of the 2 players that you're getting. You know what I mean? And then at the other end of this, you're saying Mahomes crushes the other one. So I wouldn't have done the trade, bro. I'm going to disapprove it, not with a heavy hand, but I wouldn't have recommended you to do that.
That's perfect, Smitty. I'd
That's
like your
perfect.
opinion. That's why
That's
I'm
perfect.
calling in.
That's excellent. Excellent news, Smitty.
Thank you, Smitty.
Hey, J Far, I appreciate you taking it well. You were
Thank
sitting
you,
down
Smitty.
when I told you, right? You're not driving or something, right?
Of course,
Okay.
of course.
You need someone to
This
come
is why
pick you
we
up?
play the game to have fun.
You need someone to come pick you up after you getting that bad news from me, or are you good to drive?
Oh no!
Call an Uber?
Listen, I think I'm gonna do it anyway because I do like the Seattle offense.
Oh, you haven't done it yet.
know,
You haven't done it yet. You haven't done it yet,
No,
bro.
no.
I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't do it. I mean, think about this, bro. Your number 1 or number 2 overall pick is going to be Mahomes in a Superflex league.
That's for sure.
You know, so like,
That's
where are
for
you
sure.
taking ETN? Where are you taking Hill? Hill probably goes in the top of round 2, maybe the bottom of round 1. He could still maybe go in the bottom of round 1, but hard to imagine. I think he'd go top of round 2. ETN would go bottom of round 2 in a Superflex draft because he would go around 7, 8, 9.
Smitty, I disagree with that. I think ETN right now is a top 5 RB, and I think Tyreek Hill is a top 2 wide receiver. I think they go a little earlier.
I don't disagree with that, but that falls right in line with what I'm saying. Because in a Superflex league, you're going to have 5 or 6 quarterbacks at least going round 1, maybe 7. And then you're going to have, you know, the remainder of that, like, let's say 3, 4, 5. Let's say you're doing 12-man league. Is 12-man league?
Correct.
So, you know, 4 or 5 non-quarterbacks would entail those 2 wide receivers. So maybe Hill, like I said, bottom of round 1 would be Hill, and that's what I said. And then you get a couple RBs in there, Justin Jefferson, and all of a sudden ETN's in round 2. ETN's a top 5 to 7 overall pick in a 1 QB draft. So we're on the same page. We're on the same page, JFar. We're on the same page. But in a 2 QB league, ETN's not a first rounder.
No, that's for sure. But there's so much upside. You know, I think Geno in that offense, I don't think he's going to be that bad going forward. He has a cakewalk of a schedule also.
JFar, pull up your league.
I'm looking at it.
Go to your stats, and then go to leaders.
Okay.
How far away is Geno from Mahomes?
It's about 85 points.
How far away is Tyreek Hill from Mahomes?
Hold on.
Or how many spots down is he?
Hold on.
I don't know, bro. I just couldn't do it. The dude Smitty is talking to right now on this.
Yeah, Tyreek Hill's at 185. Geno's at 188. And Mahomes is 260.
I couldn't do it, man. Mahomes carries you. I'd venture to say that the person that wins your league is going to have one of those top quarterbacks. And who's your other quarterback?
Burrow.
You got Mahomes and Burrow, man. I don't know if I could. Who are your running backs?
My running backs were atrocious. I lost Brees, and I traded Eckler for C.D. Lamb. Traded Eckler for C.D. Lamb, not T. Higgins, and Gabe Davis.
What's your record?
I am 7-3.
7-3, bro. You're 7-3 right now. You lost Brees Hall. You've had injuries. You've had horrendous running back play, and you're 7-3. Why do you think that is?
I also traded for Mahomes 2 weeks ago. Also, you know, it's complicated, but you know, I think going forward, I get a lot deeper. Giving me ETN instead of not even having a running back.
It doesn't though, JFar. It feels that way to you, but when you take a cup of water and you pour it into 2 other cups on the table, you're just dividing it up. It's more about like who are you going to be your starting running backs?
Right now, it's you don't even want to know. It's Kenyon Drake, Kenyon Drake and James Cook. It's a deep league.
That's
There's no
really
one
rough.
to pick up in this kind of league.
You didn't draft White or any of these Moon Men, did you?
Oh yeah, I did. I took AJ Brown. I took Breece Hall. I took who was your other Moon Man?
All right, man. Well, do what you got to do,
All
but
right.
I'm telling you right now,
Thank you.
I'm not trading Burrow and Mahomes in a 2 QB league. I'm just not doing it. Dividing and conquering's one thing, but Geno's not. I like Etienne and Hill, but you're getting rid of CeeDee Lamb and Mahomes. You can easily argue in a 2 QB league that right in and of itself is an advantage on the Mahomes side in a 2 QB league. Adding Geno in doesn't really close the gap.
With quarterbacks is top 10 right now.
Mahomes is a beast, bro.
Yeah, I know Mahomes is a huge upgrade.
Not to mention Mahomes is maybe going to do better from here going forward if he starts building this rapport with Tony. And we'll see. And Pacheco's going to get in there. I think the offense starts going. I like Mahomes, man. I love Mahomes going forward. All right, bro. Appreciate you. Do what you got to do. Come back and let us know how it ends up. I would love to hear if you won the championship, getting rid of Patrick. Appreciate
it.
Appreciate you. James, you're up, James. Hey, James, what would you have done? And you can be honest if you disagree with me. I won't get mad.
No. I want Mahomes there for sure. I definitely want Mahomes there.
I don't blame him for wanting to get out of a really bad running back situation. I guess that's it's a problem that unfortunately he can't really. I don't know. I mean, I guess I see his point, but I probably would have.
No, I get it. Yeah, sometimes you have to make decisions that you don't really want to do to help bolster a position, but at the end of the day, maybe step back a bit and see what you're really giving away there. But no, I'm with you. It's not horrible, but I'm taking Mahomes for sure.
It's not horrible. Definitely hard. Okay, Jim, what could I do for you, man? Or James? Do you call it James or Jim? Both?
Yeah, I appreciate it, Smee. Hey, first of all, I'm sure the chat's already seen this, but just in case, Schefter tweeted 5 minutes ago that Mark Andrews is expected to play tomorrow, so just in case.
Giddy up, Mark.
And congrats on 17K, too. I just made a trade in my one league. The trade deadline was today, which I didn't like how early it was, but I want to see if I was Smitty approved on this. I think I made out well. 12-team, half PPR. I have both Justin Fields and Dak Prescott. So I was happy holding both, but with the deadline today, I was seeing what I could get. And I needed help with running back. I just traded Justin Fields for Nick Chubb.
You traded Justin Fields for Nick Chubb?
Yeah, and I have Dak Prescott. I prefer Fields over Dak rest of the season, but I traded Fields for Nick Chubb in a half PPR.
And it's 1 QB.
1 QB.
Yeah. I feel like I got to ask that question now all the time because people leave it out. It's like getting traumatized when you're in the middle of giving some good hardcore advice and someone goes, "It's a super flex," and you're like,
right.
Like everything I just said went down the toilet.
No. It's 12-team, half PPR, 1 quarterback. I have Dak and Fields. I prefer Fields over Dak.
Yeah.
Season. But
you got
But if I have Dak,
you got to take it. You got to take it. But who are your running backs? Just before I say hit it.
Right. So I have ETN, which is great. But then after him, it's Swift, which has turned out to be, you can't trust him. And then I have Rashad White and Michael Carter. That's it.
Okay. And who are your wide receivers?
CeeDee Lamb, DK Metcalf, Kadarius Toney, Christian Watson, Drake London.
And your tight end?
And Nick Darnell Mooney's on there too.
Tight end?
Farnu.
Okay. And you start 2 running backs, 2 wide receivers, and a flex?
Yep. 2 wide receivers, 2 running backs, 1 quarterback, 1 tight end, 1 flex.
Okay. So the only...
So I feel like, again, it wasn't a slam dunk. I get it. Fields has been amazing the last month, but he still has a bye week, week 14. Dak and Chubb don't. Half PPR, not full PPR, so that favors Chubb a little bit. And, he's a top 5, top 6 running back, I think, moving forward for a top 5, top 6 quarterback. And it's fairly even. I get it. Again, I prefer Dak I prefer Fields over Dak, but I don't think it's a crazy big gap. But maybe I'm wrong. But
No,
I
look.
Room,
Let me explain. Let me explain early quarterback in the context of during the season and before in preseason or pre-draft. So it's like you go Nick Chubb. If you're drafting today in a brand new startup draft, you're drafting Nick Chubb in the top 8, and Fields is not going in the top 10. He's not going in the top. He might be a second round pick. If people are drafting fresh today, they might take Fields in round 2. You might see Mahomes go at the top of round 2. You might see Josh Allen go mid round 2 or late round 2. A lot of people will still want to follow suit with late drafting quarterback strategies, but there will be 2, 3, 4 people in a league right now, while it's fresh in their memory, that will draft an early quarterback, but probably not in round 1, and so you're not going to see any. So, in a vacuum, Chubb is a home run over Fields on draft day. The problem is when you have your team already constructed, and then you start, you drive the car off the lot, and then you try and move these pieces around. Chubb drops right off the lot. Fields goes up when you drive him off the lot. He's like owning a 4Runner right now. You drive it off the lot, it goes up in value, So it's hard to really look at mid-season trades with quarterbacks the same as preseason or pre-draft trades. Things are really different, and I think people get confused on that, and they don't understand it. And they're like, why would you want a quarterback like Mahomes over Chubb? If I had Mahomes, I might not trade him for Chubb, even though on draft day you would obviously take Chubb ahead of Mahomes. It's all about that value.
Right.
In this case right here, and I say this carefully because I don't want anybody to say, Smitty doesn't like Fields. I'm not saying that. But Fields, so Brian, hopefully what I just said explained what your question or what you just questioned right now. Fields, and again, saying this carefully, he hasn't proven yet that he is worth considering around this area where we're reaching really high for a quarterback like Mahomes or Josh Allen, even though he's scoring that way currently. He hasn't done it all year. He's done it for a handful of games, not even a double fistful of games. One fistful of games, he's dropped fire. And I like what I see. I'm excited about what I see. I don't believe it will not continue. I believe it will probably continue. But do I think it could be potentially some up and down moments from here go forward versus all 150-yard rushing games, which are what carries him? If he doesn't get 100-plus yards and a touchdown on the ground, he's not dropping the kind of game we are seeing him drop right now on the regular. So I take this trade, and I don't really think twice. But it does make you pause because of what Fields has been doing. Yeah. And rightly so.
No, I totally agree.
Alex Cruz, try calling in one more time, Alex. I'll toss you in. So good trade. Smitty approved.
Okay, cool. And one last question, completely separate league. Again, I need a trade question here. I started 0-3, but I made a trade mid-season. I traded Mixon for Adams, and it kind of changed my whole season around. And I've gone 6-1 since. So I'm 6-4 and in 4th place, but I need to get better. I know I'm just not going to be able to compete. Do you mind if I give you my roster super quick?
I'm gonna hold it in my brain. Yes, go ahead. I'm not gonna write it down, but go ahead.
Okay. So again, 12 team, full PPR, 1 quarterback. Quarterback's Geno. So again, good, not great. Running backs, 2 of them start: Jones, Stevenson, and then there's 2 wide receivers, a wide receiver tight end, and a flex.
I'm not gonna remember this.
So there's a lot of opportunities to start wide receiver. I have Adams and DK, and then after that, it's a whole kind of mixed mash of DJ Moore, Rondell Moore, Christian Watson, Traylon Burks, Darnell Mooney, guys like that. Pat Fryermuth. So do I try to upgrade my wide receiver right now? I also have Foreman on my bench. The best I have right now on the table, which I think is not good enough, I feel like I'm giving up too much. The best I have right now is Foreman and Rondell for Mike Williams, and I don't think that's a good enough trade for my side.
I just threw up in my mouth. Yeah, I don't know, bro.
Yeah, I know.
You that's too long. That's way too long. We're simple-minded people here on the. We're simple-minded people right now that have gone through the flu and have foggy brains. Look, I heard you say Foreman. I heard you say, what are your other wide receivers? List them real quick.
I mean, basically, I have 2 starters in DK and Adams.
Okay.
And then after that is my problem. I just kind of have DJ Moore, Rondell Moore, Traylon Burks, Christian Watson. Basically,
Christian Watson. Okay, there you go.
Yeah.
There you go. Okay, my brain works that way. It's pretty, like I go in one direction, then I'm gone. Okay, then I'm out of here. Foreman and Christian Watson. Go send those 2 packing. Christian Watson coming off a really good game. People undervaluing him. They want him really bad right now. Foreman, you might have to wait until after the game. I mean, maybe you could send it right now, and then Foreman, if he drops a dud, the trade's already accepted, just pending for next week. But Christian Watson played well,
Sure.
so the new owner's gonna be excited about what he did for you, but be looking at it. Trade those 2. Go get Stevenson. Go get Mark Andrews. I don't know what your tight end situation is, but you get my drift. St. Brown, those type of players. Use Foreman to upgrade DK into a slightly better Lamb. Use DK to and do DK and Foreman and potentially. I don't think you're gonna get much more than maybe a Mike Evans if you even feel like that's an upgrade. Like those are the things I'm doing. I'm trying to get Andrews. I'm trying to upgrade my who your running backs. Your 2 running backs. Your 2 starters.
Yeah, Aaron Jones and Stevenson.
Upgrade Aaron Jones into a slightly better running back, and Walker and ETN come to mind because they had bad weeks and they're on bye right now. So if you can even figure out a way to like execute a trade that goes through right now, that's even better if you leave Watson out of it, I suppose. But for Aaron Jones and Foreman for one of those guys that disappointed their owner, and there are a lot of people that are going to say something like, "No one's going to trade Etienne or Walker for Foreman and Aaron Jones, Smitty." But let me tell you something. Oh, Aaron Jones played. I don't know what to tell you to do at this point. But when people say that to me, it's like, believe me. People have that I want to break up with the player before they break up with me syndrome, and they want to get rid of a player but before they end up tanking or whatever. Go after those deals the best you can in the parameters that I put forth, my guy. Appreciate you.
No, Smitty, that's perfect. I was just looking for a couple of players that you thought I could package together, and you gave me a bunch of options, so that's perfect. I appreciate the help.
Everyone wants to rename you James Stephen King, novel writing man.
I did go to school for history, so I wrote. I'm a writer. I'm a speaker. I went for being a teacher too. So yeah, that's me. So I apologize.
All right. Thank you, Stephen King. Appreciate you.
Later, man.
Later. All right. Alex Cruz, you're up.
Hey, Smitty,
are you Alex Cruz?
Nope.
Okay.
No.
So Alex Cruz, you're up. Then Alex Cruz, imposter. The Alex Cruz imposter is next. Go, Alex Cruz, number 1.
All right. I was calling in, but I just looked at my league setting, and I found out that the deadline is actually right now. So I just want to still ask you this question, man.
If we can get anything done.
Yeah. Probably not, but I just still want to ask you this.
Let's do it.
I could send out a trade right now. Whatever. I'm trying to acquire Kelsey, and you think that AJ Brown and Pierce would be enough, or is that a bad trade?
I mean, sure, that's enough. I mean, whether the guy does it or not, and I will say that it could be considered too much. It could be considered just right. I personally would rather have another player involved because we're talking about 2 really good pieces right there. They could potentially both be top 30, top 35 overall players. And while Kelsey's not top 15, he, to me, he's top 15 to a lot of people. I have him about 14 to 18, actually. Yeah, I'd say top 14.
Right. Because I have several players that, I'm not going to be able to start them. It's going to be a decision that it's going to be super hard. I have my running backs are Pierce, Swift, Walker, and Pollard is probably not going to
Can you do Swift? Can you do Swift instead of one of these guys?
Nah.
No?
I mean Swift and AJ Brown.
Yeah.
I think Swift has more upside than Pierce.
You'd rather
though.
keep Swift? Okay.
I think he has more upside.
I mean, we said bad things about JT 2 weeks before he bounced back. So I mean, I can't blame you. Like, if Swift comes out and has 150 yards and two touchdowns, we're all coming in here ringing the Swift bell. So like you can't blame you. I can't blame you. I try and get something more, but like this is probably what it's going to require to get Kelsey. The question is, will your team recover from it? Will your team be able to sustain losing two monster players?
Ready quickly. Burrow, A.J. Brown, DK Metcalf, Jamar Chase, Deontay Johnson are my wide receivers. And then my running backs, like I said, were Swift, Pierce, Walker, and Pollard. And then I have Muth as my tight end.
Yeah, say it one more time.
My wide receivers are A.J. Brown, Chase, DK, and Deontay. And then my running backs are Pierce, Swift, Walker, and Pollard. Like, someone's gonna have to ride the bench.
Yeah. Then I don't mind you doing this trade then, since you're in a grandma league. And would I rather you do DK instead of AJ Brown? Sure. Would I rather you do Chase instead of one of these two? Probably. But what's your record?
Unfortunately, I'm like 5-5. But
Yeah,
I'm in fourth place. I'm leading in points. But I'm 5-5.
5-5, fourth place. Jeez, you guys are just beating each other up in there.
Yeah. It's tight. It's
like the NFC West. I would probably say I would try and use Chase instead of one of those guys, but and that could come back to bite you. But I don't know. Yeah, go do it, bro. You got like minutes left. You got 2 minutes left. You can't get a deal done.
Hey, you never know, man.
Well, you better get on it. You got 2 minutes left. If we keep talking, you're gonna have 0 minutes left.
No,
it's about to turn.
I'm sending it right now.
All right, bro. It's 2 minutes left. I don't know what's gonna happen. Is it midnight that the trade deadline hits at midnight?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, you got 2 minutes, bro. This ain't gonna happen. All right, hold on. While you do that, let's go to the next caller. Alex, stay right there. Next caller, imposter Alex Cruz. How can I help you? You're live.
Yeah, I had Goddard, and he's out, and I've got Likely on my bench. And I could ride with Likely, or I could pick up Conklin or Johnson with the Saints.
Johnson's like safe, and when I say safe, I mean for like 5 points. So I guess give me Likely. I guess give me Likely because even if Alex, if you pull this trade off before midnight in 1.5 minutes or a minute, you're gonna be the GOAT of all time, bro.
I just got offered Jacobs for Chase.
Does he take that, guys? Jacobs for Chase? You just said you had to put someone on the bench, though.
Yeah.
Jacobs for Chase. What does he do, guys? He's got 30 seconds.
I'd keep Chase.
Your running backs are pretty lit. Your running backs are pretty lit. I don't think you need it.
I'll keep Chase.
That's crazy. You got an offer within 1 minute, bro.
Because I put out a message in the group chat. I said, "Hey, trade deadline is approaching. Go win it."
Oh my god. So yeah, likely is just, they're all very mediocre calls considering the situations, but I'd probably rather have Likely because I feel like they're still going to use him even if Andrews is on the field,
Right.
Like
That's
he's a touchdown threat.
And Conklin, I could get Conklin too, but he scored good last time against New England, so I figure Belichick will shut him down. Make a point of it,
Uh-huh.
So I don't know. I guess I'll ride with Likely then.
Yeah, right. Likely's more likely. I appreciate you, man.
Thanks, mate.
Yep. Alex, did you get a deal done? Maybe the deadline's like at 2 a.m. Eastern. Try offering a trade and see if it tells you there's no trades allowed.
I worked today. So
Bro, I pulled off this trade in my IG Experts League. It's probably one of the bigger exposure expert leagues I do, like where there's mostly like 70K and 25K and 100K Instagram accounts involved. It's called the IG Experts League, and I have the best team by far. Like I'm blasting people. I lost Javante. I've lost people, and I'm still just completely smashing. But I traded. In this league, I traded Stevenson and Zach Wilson. Yeah, Zach Wilson. It's a super flex. 12-team expert league. Stevenson and Zach Wilson for Walker. And I have Matt Ryan, Burrow, and Trevor Lawrence. I stockpiled the quarterback, so I didn't even need Zach Wilson. So I got Walker, Kenneth Walker for that. So I smashed that. Absolute. I got him, gents.
Got him.
Mashed potatoes.
Kenneth Skywalker. Kenneth Lightsaber Swinging Skywalker.
How confident am I in you winning your league? I feel like you got a really good team, bro.
And my QB is Burrow.
Yeah, you're fine. Can you still trade? Did you try proposing a trade? See, you don't have to execute it, but propose it. See if it'll let you. Maybe it's 2 a.m. Sometimes those like deadlines are weird. They're not like right at midnight.
Yeah. Let me see.
I got two callers on the line with Alex Cruz and myself. Can you guys say your names real quick?
It's Trooper Dave calling back. What's going on, Smitty?
Trooper Dave. Who's the other individual?
I'm Tony.
Tony. Okay, Tony, hang tight. Let's let Trooper Dave go real quick, and then I'll hit you. All right.
Let's do it. Hey, what's going on, man?
Trooper Dave, what are we doing? What are we doing tonight?
A month ago. What's going on, my guy? Hey, so made a last second trade, 12-team super flex. I'm in 6th place right now, 5-5. Might call me crazy, but I traded, and it's Dynasty. I traded Kenneth Walker, McCaffrey, and Waller.
Okay, hold on.
And I got
hold on. Walker, CMC, and Waller. And you're prefacing me with, I'm going to think you're crazy. So I'm not liking where this is going because you're trading one of my favorite players away in Dynasty. Quite arguably the 1, the 2, or the 3 overall player in Walker. And who knows what McCaffrey is. Like, we're walking into the 20. I'm admitting this, okay? I'm admitting this. I'm a grown man admitting a little bit of, I don't know, misguided doubt that I had for CMC based on him failing us for 2 years in a row. But I'm confused. I'm admitting in front of everybody right now, I'm confused on what his dynasty value is going to be to me. Or what is 2020, let's just say 2023 value. I don't even know how I'm going to feel. And I don't know if anybody in the chat agrees with me. Are you also feeling two feelings at the same time? Like Sesame Street always said that it was okay to feel that way. I don't feel good about it. I don't know whether to doubt CMC or believe in him for one more year. Obviously, it'll depend on how he finishes, but I mean, he's in an offense that may or may not use him properly. We're still not sure. It feels like it's very potent for him. But like, where do we rank him in 2023? I have no idea where I'm going to rank him in 2023. I have no clue. I have no clue.
Top 10, but not top 5.
What did you?
So I'm getting back JT, Diggs, and Justin Herbert.
And it's a 1 QB?
Superflex.
Superflex. Okay. Did you just say you probably think I'm crazy just because you wanted to reverse psychology this thing and get us to have a low bar, and then all of a sudden we hear a trade we like? Is that what you're trying to do? Because that's not a bad trade, bro.
The guy accepted. I mean,
it's not a bad trade. What are you talking about? It's a good trade.
So
look, Herbert in a super flex.
I still have Eckler and Swift as well. I can keep up to 5 players. So those will probably be my 5 that I keep for next year.
Bro, you set this bar really low, and then you just like gave us a really good trade. You're probably gonna think I'm crazy. You're probably gonna think I'm crazy, but I smashed this trade. I took a great trade. You're gonna think I'm nuts, but I took a Trooper Dave.
Hey,
Trooper
Dave to the moon. Dave to the moon. Can I get a Trooper Dave to the moon, maybe?
Trooper Dave putting his trooper boot on this guy's neck and forcing him to give him a monster deal. Trooper Dave to the moon.
To the moon.
Trooper Dave.
Okay.
You need to calm down there, Trooper Dave. This is insane. Look, I like CMC. Like I said, I'm confused on where I want to rank him next year. I'm admitting that. I don't know if he's going to be, someone just put Zeke Elliott in the chat. I don't know if he's Zeke Elliott 2023 or if he ends up being a guy that can do one more year. Walker, I love Walker, but JT is top 5 in Dynasty to me still. And maybe some people think that's crazy, but I don't care because I still see JT as elite. I see him as a top 5 running back overall. JT could be 1, 2, or 3 overall in a Dynasty startup right now, in my mind. And Diggs, Diggs and CMC have very similar. We're older players. We have a couple years or 1 year left. We don't really know. Diggs probably has more time than CMC has left. And therefore, if you're drafting these two guys, Diggs and CMC, they might be neck and neck. And I'd probably draft Diggs over CMC in a Dynasty startup. And then you get in Superflex a guy that goes ahead of all of them. Like I know we're all disappointed in Justin Herbert, but he is still potentially a top 5 quarterback in fantasy football 2023 and beyond. We can flush his 2022 season down the toilet if we want, or we can believe in him bouncing back now that he gets his 2 weapons back. I think everybody's a little bit hard on him, to be honest. I think Herbert could have a bounce back 2022. I think the remainder of the 2022 season could be a top 5 or 6 quarterback season for him. He didn't have his star wide receivers. Right. What do you expect him to do? You take Diggs and Gabe Davis off the Buffalo Bills, even Josh Allen's going to look human. You smash it, Trooper Dave, okay?
Thank you. Yeah, and what I love about it, too, is that having Eckler as well, when he gets a receiving touchdown, get a double dip on points between him and Herbert. So
yeah. All right,
that
Trooper
was part
Dave.
of the strategy, too.
All right, call back when you want to flex again next time. Appreciate you.
Okay.
All right, later.
Bye.
Alex, unacceptable, huh? You there, Alex?
Yeah.
Is your trade deadline over? Or past?
I guess. I mean, the guy who offered me that trade said the offer expired. Jacobs for Chase.
That's probably your super chat, yeah.
Okay. My trade doesn't say it's expired.
I'd be getting ETN, says Troy. Troy, hey, Smitty, ETN and Pickens for Higgins and Christian Watson. Okay, but why? Troy wrote it backwards. Okay, Troy wrote it backwards, everybody. Troy, the way you worded this is ETN and Pickens for Higgins and Watson, Troy. You said you were receiving Higgins and Watson. Troy wrote it backwards, everybody. Standing ovation. Troy got ETN. Oh, God. All right, Troy. Next caller, you're on the phone. Who are we talking to? Who are Alex Cruz and myself so honored to speak to?
I think it's me, Smitty.
That's you. That's you.
Mr. Smitty, thank you for being here tonight. I appreciate you, man. I got a quick question. Have PPR. I need a flex, man. I'm kind of desperate right now. Foreman, Patterson, or Gus Edwards?
Foreman, Patterson, and Gus. Well, Gus sounds limited, so you need to just not even think of that one right now.
Yes, sir.
For me, I'm going to go see Patterson, but that's me. I understand not everybody's going to feel comfortable, but let me remind you that Foreman dropped a massive game, came out and dropped a dud game, and then just came back recently and dropped a massive game again. So I think if we're going to ignore the dud game in between. We got to kind of assume that Cordero Patterson is capable of that kind of up and down too. I guess Foreman's safer, but Patterson feels like he's got a little bit more upside. And I think that they're going to want to get the ball in his hands, but
would you let this affect you at all? Because I've been doing fantasy football for like 10 plus years, and like I've always been kind of weird about this, and I'm sure people in the chat can attest to this, but I have the Eagles and the Ravens defense, but I have Jonathan Taylor and I have Deontay Foreman, and they're both playing against like my defenses. And so I don't know if that's like swing. Like I'm not going to bench JT. I know that's pretty obvious, but I don't even know what defense to start because I have Pittman Jr. too. So I have a couple Colt players.
Don't worry about. Don't start the best defense. Don't focus on like trying to like.
Yeah.
You what you choose to do has nothing to do with. You know what I mean? Like a lot of people try to think that. Well, I don't want to start my defense. I want them to play badly against my player. It has nothing to do with you. You know, unless we're in a simulation. And it's all about you, bro. I'm not real. And I might not be. Some of the things that come out of my mouth, I wonder if I am real. And as many hours I sit here in front of a computer screen with silly blue light blocking glasses on, doing this for a living, it doesn't feel real. So maybe I'm not real. Maybe Alex Cruz isn't real. Maybe his trade deadline wasn't real. But you gotta start. You got to start the best defense, regardless of what players you have going up against your defense.
And in your opinion, the best defense?
Read them off again one more time.
Ravens or Eagles?
What was it again?
Baltimore. I have Baltimore. I have Philadelphia, and I have Washington.
Baltimore is a pretty darn good play this week. They're probably a top 3 or 4 play.
Okay.
Yeah, who do they play?
Baltimore is. Why am I blanking out? Baltimore is on they're at home, aren't they? Yeah, Carolina. That's it. Carolina.
Yeah, that's a good.
Yeah, Carolina.
They're at home too. They're at home. Carolina. They're like a top 3 play this week. You got Baker. You got
Atlanta. It just gets weird, you know, because
Baker.
Have like Avery will take the ball. Then it's like Tyler Algier. Then it's like Caleb Hunt. I'm just like, what's going on here? We got like 4 running backs.
Yeah, but that was just last week. I mean, the week prior, they were like, "C. Patterson, welcome back. Here's the football. Take it to the end zone. Here, hey, C. Patterson, here's the football. Take it to the end." Like, you know, I felt like, oh my God, he's back to a running back 1. And in one bad game, I'm not ready to write that off. But trust your gut, man. I mean, Foreman's safer. Foreman's safer.
I will. I wish they had the RB/wide receiver still. I mean, that'd be awesome.
Yeah, he was great for that. But yeah, Baltimore is a top 3 play this week. Buffalo, San Francisco, and Baltimore are probably the top. Maybe even Miami, top 4 plays this week.
Sounds good to me. I'll be starting I don't think I'm going to be starting the 7-year-old then. Appreciate the help, man.
Yeah, Philadelphia is probably like bottom. They're not even in the top 10 play this week.
Just because of Matt Ryan starting, because if Ellinger was starting, then I mean, might be a different story.
I'm going off like a lot of stats and different rankings and such that are compiled together. I'm just saying like the rating. Their rating, they're getting run on, like they cause turn, but they're getting run on and all. You know, I don't know. We'll see.
I almost was considering the Washington team this week. Like, you know,
they're a top 10 play. Washington.
They play who?
Yeah,
they're a top 10 play this week. Washington, they play Houston. All right, appreciate you, my guy.
Yeah, Houston.
Later.
Thanks, Mitty. Have a good night. Bye.
All right, Alex, you got anything else before I let you go? I got to get these super chats.
No, if I do, I'll probably just hit you up on the text line.
All right, man. Later, Alex. Appreciate you, man.
Thank you.
The very first YouTube exclusive member, Alex Cruz. Give him a moonshot.
To the moon.
Thank you, Alex. First ever YouTube exclusive member. First ever. And now we have this huge crew, amazing crew. Brian needs to get it. Brian, you got 30 seconds, man. I got to get to these super chats. Brian, make it quick. Don't list the team off. Just hit me with the meat of the idea here.
Thanks, Brady. Okay, I got it. I got 5 running backs, really good running backs on my team. I got Pacheco, Dalvin Cook, Kamara, Patterson, and Pacheco.
2 Pachecos.
The guy wants to trade for Dalvin Cook for AJ Brown. My wide receivers are kind of shit, to be honest. Well, I got Higgins, Lazard, and Boyd, basically.
Who are your running backs again?
Dalvin Cook, Kamara, Patterson, Pollard, and Pacheco.
And he wants Dalvin Cook for AJ Brown.
Yeah. I asked him Kamara first, but then he said Cook because he has.
I mean, they're just too far apart. If you were like drafting today, as much as I like AJ Brown, I'm not liking this. I'd trade him one of your 2 Pachecos that you got.
He's definitely.
You read off. You read off Pacheco twice. I think.
I'm dyslexic.
Yeah, it's okay. Cook probably goes a lot higher than AJ Brown, man. I couldn't do it.
Okay. I
couldn't.
appreciate it.
You need more. If he gives you more, can he give you like a? I mean, you gotta play hardball. You got the better player, man. You can't let somebody walk into your house and say, "Hey, I want your best player. I want your best. How about my second best player? No, I want your best player. Okay, can I get your second best player? No. Your third best player? No. Your fourth best player? Yes. Like maybe AJ Brown's his third best player, but maybe he's his second best player. I don't know, but. I think you should be getting a Stevenson back or something to at least make it to where you got 2 players that can compete for this spot you're losing here. But AJ Brown is not. I like him a lot. I mean, we did the go forward rankings on a video, and I had him going right around like I think 6 or 7 for go forward wide receivers. But still, he's inconsistent. I hate to say that, but he is, and he's an injury risk. I hate to say that, but he is. And he has a quarterback that can run the ball a ton. And Vulture, I'm just not loving the idea of getting. And I'm even like worried about Cook, but Cook is ripping off a run every single game and figuring out a way to get the stats. And I do worry about him in this offense. But bro, you got to get more. Like, can you ask for more? Can you get a Stevenson? Can you get something from him?
No, he's got Jacobs, Nick Chubb. And his other wide receivers are trash.
What about
MVS and
Andrews at tight end? Upgrade your tight end into, you know what I mean? Like something. There's nothing. This guy's got he's got dog water of a team.
The rest of his team is kind of trash, to be honest. He's got Cortland Sutton. His next best player, he's got Tyler Higbee, but I got Njoku ready to form up, and then so I'm not really worried about tight end. Quarterback, I got Fields, so I'm not worried about there.
No, go to the St. Brown owner. Try and get a running back with St. Brown. Go to the. I mean, I'd go to the Andrews owner, honestly, and try and get a running back or a wide receiver like St. Brown, and then give up like Cook for that. I know you. That's what I would do. Go to the Andrews owner, get Andrews and a St. Brown, or Andrews and something.
Actually, the St. Brown owner has got trash, or not trash, but he's got Najee and Dante Foreman as his running backs. So maybe he needs help there. Yeah. He's got Travis Etienne too.
Who's he got at wide receiver?
He's got St. Brown, Pickens, and Jacoby, and Jalen Waddle on the bench.
So St. Brown. I wonder if you could get St. Brown and Etienne for Cook and something.
Cook and Pickens?
And Pickens? Yeah.
T. Higgins. T. Higgins.
Oh, T. Higgins.
But that's
St. Brown and yeah, I mean I do that.
Oof. I'm trying my best to keep my T. Keep T.
Keep your T. Is that your pet name? You got a pet name for T. Higgins?
T has been with me through thick and thin from last year.
bro, just pet named this dude. I'm just trying so hard to keep my T. Bro, oh my god.
Yeah,
you just made my week, bro. That was one of the funniest things I've ever heard in my life. I'm trying so hard to keep my tea, my little tea bag. What's going on? Oh, who am I? This is Brian, right? Oh man, Brian, I gotta remember when you call to get a box of tissues to wipe my eyes. Oh, good God!
Oh, this is gonna stick with me for a while.
This is good, bro. Keep my little tea. It's like he's got the pop the figurine.
Oh, no, I got the two potatoes in my tea.
Yeah, he's got. Let's use Lloyd Christmas. He's like this. My tea. I don't want to trade my T. Higgins. I travel with him everywhere.
I'm gonna have to make a T-shirt out of this. Make a T out of this. Make a T-shirt.
Make a T-shirt.
Yeah.
I'm trying so hard to keep my T. My little T boy.
Yeah. Hey, since we're here, also last question. Between the 5 running backs, which do I start? Dalvin Cook, Kamara, Pollard, Patterson, or Pacheco?
I rank them. Kamara, Cook, you're starting both those guys. C. Patterson as your flex, and then I'm sorry, who's the rest of your team?
Pollard, and Pacheco.
Okay. Besides little T, who else you got on the wide receiver side of the room?
Wide receiver.
I know T's probably got his own room. You probably gave T his own room, and then you've got the secondary room for the other wide receivers. Who's in that room?
Tyler Boyd and Josh Palmer, and that's it. Actually,
oh, they don't hold a candle to T.
No, they don't, sir.
These guys don't. They're nothing compared to T. T is on a pedestal above these men. We put T all the way up in the rafters. We've retired T's jersey at Casa de Brian.
Tuck little T into bed tonight. That's funny.
You probably got like a one of those what do they call them? The stickers on the wall in the bedroom, right above the bed. Big T Higgins, sticker.
Oh man.
The wife is just had it wearing T Higgins jerseys underneath your suit at work. T Higgins underwear.
I think the last 3 years. So.
Yeah, you can't trade your tea, bro. I can't trade. I was like, your tea. What are you talking about? Drinking tea? What's going? And then I realized what we're talking about, bro. All right, man. I appreciate you. I don't know what wide receiver you're throwing in, but if you got a flex play, Patterson's your flex play. I love Pollard until we know Zeke's like he's very limited playing. Then I put Pollard in maybe over C. Patterson, but for right now I plug Patterson in. Unless T is so superhuman he can play running back for you on Sunday, you're gonna have to go with C. Patterson.
For sure.
Fathead. That's what it is. A T fathead. Thank you. I like how they.
I'm gonna get a T-shirt. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna hold it to you, get a T, and then put it on the chat or something, or send it to you on
a TT.
A TT. I'm gonna make. It's gonna be cool. It's gonna be funny too. I'm
Oh,
gonna do
man.
that. It's funny.
Thank you for the laugh. I haven't cried that and I haven't cried that much in a while. All right, man. Later.
All right, thanks, mate. Bye.
Bye, Brian Higgins. Later. Change his name to Brian Higgins. That was the most naturally funny thing that we've ever had on the show ever. And then we got this guy right here. It's like, I feel like this is the Howard Stern show, to be honest with you. And I don't mean that in a disparaging way to all my people calling in. This is Gloryville right here. You guys are absolutely wonderful individuals. Okay, first and foremost, want to say that. I'm not saying this in a disparaging way, but I do feel like this is like the Howard Stern show. We got that was like what's his name? Beetlejuice calling in a minute ago. Now I've got Baba Booey calling in. Spiffy is our in-house double tight end drafting maniac that has Kelsey and Pitts. He's had them since week 1. He can't get rid of either one. He can't help himself. He tries to acquire multiple more tight ends and roll with a 5 tight end set. Spiffy, give me some good news. Were you able to trade one of your 2 tight ends you drafted in round 2 and round 3 tonight before the trade deadline?
Well, before I continue, I got to stipulate one thing. My trade deadline isn't until the 14th of December, which I know is a very late trade deadline.
You got plenty of time to acquire your tea.
Yeah, I do.
Do you own T as well?
T. Higgins?
Yeah.
No.
You're not as lucky.
I was almost getting it.
You're not as fortunate as Brian. All right, well, what can I do for you, bro? I got to answer these super chats, so let's make it as quick as possible. Hold on real quickly. Johnny, Christian, Jack, Sergio, Johnny 2K, Nicholas, Steve, all you super chatters, I'm coming for your super chat. Please hang tight. I'm so sorry. I had to answer those calls, but go ahead. Rock out. Call in one more time. I'll add you to this call. Spiffy, hit it really quickly, bro. Really quickly.
Gotcha. Yeah, so I don't know if you remember, last night I traded away Pitts for the Moose.
Okay, yeah.
For Friar Moose. So I'm actually getting calls currently for Friar Moose now.
Are you?
And
hello?
Yeah.
I bet the phones are. Spiffy. I bet the phones are ringing off the hook. I don't even know how you're handling all the pressure of these incoming calls. Do share. What are people knocking your door down to acquire Moose?
Well, I have this one guy who he hasn't offered me anything, but he's asking me what's the price for Moose. Now, I listed off some names, but the names that you named, I will have to give up a little bit more because the 1-for-1 trade wouldn't work for like guys like, I think you mentioned like Waddle and guys like that. Now, I'm thinking more realistically that for a 1-for-1 trade, I could probably get someone like I'm looking at his team now, and
You said tight end. I'm gonna flip out.
Guys that I feel like I can get realistically is like Devonta Smith, DJ Moore, or George Kittle.
George Kittle.
I guess since he decided I wouldn't get him, but
what are we doing, Spiffy? You're trying to get out of the tight end game. Rock out. Try one more time. I missed your call. You're trying to get out of the tight end game, Spiffy, and you're contemplating George Kittle for Muth.
Yeah.
And no, Devontae Smith isn't good enough.
Yeah. What about DJ Moore?
DJ Moore's okay.
You don't like Devontae Smith?
I mean, Devontae's hit and miss, man. I don't know that he's like a great it's hard to count on Devontae Smith.
Yeah, but you would take DJ Moore over Devonta Smith?
Yeah, I think I would. I mean, I worry about his situation. Okay. You got Baker disappointment maker. I mean, I don't know, bro. I feel like you got some time to if people are knocking down your door, you said the phones are ringing off the hook on this Muth deal. Maybe you wait it out. Maybe you start a bidding war on your Freiermuth, bro. I mean,
Maybe.
So let me give you an idea of where I see DJ Moore and the value around him, and maybe you go talking to people that have players around DJ Moore. So Godwin's right around DJ Moore. Olave, do you have Olave?
No.
Olave. Go get Olave.
Olave.
See if he needs a tight end.
He has Higbee as a tight end. I don't know if that Freiermuth intrigues him.
Godwin. I'm trying to find a wide receiver around that territory. Hollywood Brown coming back. Maybe someone trades McLaurin. You know, you're not going to get a Mike Evans, but you certainly could try. Debo. I don't think anybody's trading you Debo. DK. Those are all players that are kind of around DJ Moore territory, and maybe it takes getting a DJ Moore to get him. I don't know. Maybe just keep trading until you get a player that's as good as T. Higgins.
I think I guess because that was my I guess a strategy I can do is just trading my way up into, you know, maybe I get DJ Moore, and then with DJ Moore I can get maybe a slightly better player, and I just trade myself up
maybe,
to like
bro.
You know,
he's been he's been trying to trade Kelsey. I've been working with him for 11 straight weeks to try and trade Kelsey. It's been taxing, hasn't it?
That's an understatement.
It's like I got a psych degree, and it's basically like someone coming in and they keep repeating the same mistake over and over, and they're sitting on the couch in front of you with their feet up, and you're like, why do you not surround yourself with the people that make you feel that way, Spiffy? And then Spiffy goes and drafts a tight end, and then wants to trade for another tight end, and then another tight end. He just keeps going down that road, and there's nothing I can do about it. I just got to accept he is who he is.
At the end of the day, what if, I can trade my way into having Kelsey and Andrews?
At this point, Spiffy, yeah, sure. Yeah, yes.
Having a tight end and then the other one at flex.
Here's the thing. I do like Andrews more than any of the options that you're saying. Doesn't mean that I love the idea, the concept of it, but do I like Andrews right now? I love Andrews right now. So, go get him. Go do it. Go do it live. Go get Andrews.
Away.
All right.
Let's go.
Spiffy, I got to go. Spiffy, keep trying. I'm
always...
Call back, and I got to get to these super chats, Spiffy. Unlike,
all right. I'll be on
unlike you,
I'll be on the chat.
unlike your situation, the super chats won't be here in the morning. Your situation still will be. So call back with how we can try and dance around it again tomorrow. I appreciate you.
Hey, I appreciate you too, Smith.
All right, rock out, and then I got to get to these super chats. Rock out, what's up?
Yeah, I need one running back and 2 flex. Can I give you my options?
Yeah.
All right. I got Swift, A-Rob, Pacheco, and Nico Collins.
Okay.
And I need one running back and 2 flexes out of that.
I'll probably do that. I'd start Swift, Pacheco, A-Rob. But, Collins and A-Rob are close. You could argue it. But I'm going to say, you know what? No Cup. A-Rob was second in command. You got to think. Maybe Van Jefferson blows up and A-Rob does nothing. And we're like, this guy's garbage. He can't even do it when Cup goes down. But I kind of feel like it's a tough matchup for the Texans. I don't know if Collins is going to be, maybe they're throwing a lot though, so it's possible. Let me look up Collins real quick. I know he's doing better right now, and
Up a B-Rob.
You what? Oh, B-Rob?
Oh, also, B.
Oh,
yeah.
okay. B-Rob. Give me B-Rob. B-Rob, Pacheco, and Swift. Oh, you got to go wide receiver?
No.
Okay.
It's regular flex.
B-Rob, Pacheco, Swift. I feel like the volume's there for all of them. You don't know what the volume's going to... I mean, A-Rob over B-Rob, you could choose whichever one you feel. Trust your gut. A-Rob could do well. He could do well. B-Rob's got volume. Pacheco's been getting volume. Swift should be better. Easy call.
And how do you rate Cowboys defense this week?
Cowboys D? I mean, I always like the Cowboys D. They're playmakers, so the matchup almost doesn't even fully matter. But I always love the Cowboys defense, bro. I loved them walking into this year. It's not the easiest matchup in the world. Gotta put the bobbleheads back up. But they're playmakers, man. They're playmakers. They can cause turnovers. Kirk Cousins throwing a couple picks wouldn't surprise me in the least. And JJ could still do good, even though Cousins is, fumbling the ball away. Defensive touchdown, I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it out of Dallas.
Appreciate it.
All right, Rock out. Appreciate you. Call back if you got another question. I'll open the phone lines again in a second. I got to answer these super chats. You're the man.
All right.
Rock out. My guy. Okay. Super chat speed round. Let's go. Johnny, not Bravo. I'm so sorry for the delay. Henry Chase for JT and Adams. Henry and Chase for JT and Adams. Give me JT and Adams. I smash that all day long, bro, because I take Adams over Chase straight up. I think JT and Henry are even, to be honest with you. I know other people don't agree with me on that, but I don't really. That's how I feel. That's how I feel. You can't take it away. Those are my feelings, and I'm standing by them. So it's an absolute smash, given that you get Adams right out of the gate. You don't got to wait for him like you do Chase. There's all the wonder and concern about Jamar. I like Jamar. I'm still holding Jamar if I have him, unless an offer comes that I can't refuse. But in that situation, that would be too good to pass up. Christian with the super chat. Thank you for the $5 hauler. Someone sent me a trade of Goddard, J-Rob, Walker for my CMC. I don't care about Goddard. I don't care about J-Rob. Kenneth Walker. I probably keep CMC, especially with the bye week this week. That could be dependent on your record and all that, but I like Walker, but you can't do that. You got to get more. You got to get more. You can't be giving up more. You got to get a lot more. Don't give up more, get more. Actually, let me see what way that trade was going. Someone sent me a trade offer of Walker for your CMC. Yeah, you need to get... I don't think Robinson and Goddard are getting more, is what I was trying to tell you. Thank you for the super chat. Jack, Fields or Allen tomorrow? I'm going Josh Allen. I would understand if anybody wanted to go Fields. I get it. No one's taking a lap over it. It's close. It's arguable. $10 hauler. Whoops. $10 hauler from my dude that goes by Sergio. Hey, Smitty, should I trade DK and Miles Sanders for ETN? I would smash that.
You've just been Smitty approved.
That's light work, bro. My lineup would be, it doesn't even matter what your lineup would be. It's fire, It does matter, but you know what I'm saying. I trust you're not trading away, you're only starting, wide receiver or something. Jamar Chase, St. Brown, you're fine. Garrett Wilson, Andrews, amazing move. Your record obviously matters because you're trading away a guy that's on a bye week, but you wouldn't be doing this if it was going to put you out of the playoffs or something. Absolutely love the deal, Sergio. Crushing it. Johnny 2K, appreciate you, Johnny 2K. And guys, drop super chats if you got them. I'll answer them in order right now until they clear up. So if you drop one now, I will get to it. As soon as I get through these, I'll get right to it. Walker and ETN on a bye, starting Pacheco and Jalen Warren, and kind of feel pretty confident in both of them this week. Your thoughts on them this week? I like Pacheco, got good volume, like 16 or something carries last week, 5.1 yards a pop. Looking good. The volume seems to be there finally. He fumbled the ball, and they still gave him the ball and trusted him. Jerry joining the YouTube exclusive membership.
To the moon.
Jerry, appreciate you, my dude. Warren's going to be like, until Najee gets injured. Jordan, appreciate you. Until Najee gets injured, we just don't know, man. We just don't know how much work Jalen's going to get. And maybe Najee stays healthy all year. And so to me, it's a real simple case of like, you have no other options. You roll with it unless you got somebody you're not telling me about, and you hope for 8 points out of Jalen Warren. I don't think I'm expecting more than that. Pacheco, hopefully you get double-digit points out of Pacheco, and you very well could get double-digit points out of him. Appreciate you for your super chat. $5 hauler from Nicholas. Nicholas says, "Sup, Smitty, can I win it all? Burrow, Fields, Walker, ETN, Chase, St. Brown, DK, Rashad White, B. Robinson, lost Javonte, was 0-3, now 5-5. Most points, plus most points against. Sorry, that sucks. I assume you've got this is a super flex, bro. Otherwise, why aren't you trading one of your quarterbacks? Maybe you have tried. If it's a super flex, don't trade him. If it's a super flex, you're in the money, bro. If it's not a super flex, you still got a baller team. And yes, you can win it all, but you can even more so win it all if you trade one of your QBs. And I don't know, upgrade DK into an Adams. Upgrade, White or a B-Rob or a Pickens or whatever, or get an elite tight end. Go get Andrews, unless you've read off somebody that I just forgot about. But yeah, I mean, the quarterback trade's the only thing you can do. Maybe the deadline already passed. You know, the deadline. Most everyone's deadline might have been at midnight. Trade St. Brown for Olave and Rashad White. I would rather have, man, that's a tough one. I'd probably rather have St. Brown, unless you really badly need depth and you're hurting like really bad at your running back too. Then I would consider that trade. But St. Brown, for me, overall, I'd rather have the best player in the deal, and I still think he could be a top 6 to 7 wide receiver, top 5 to 7 wide receiver. Should I trade Cooper? This one's from Pierce. Appreciate you, Pierce. Trade Cooper and Henderson for Hunt and Tony. I guess I would do that. I like Tony a lot, and I know that Amari Cooper is probably higher valued, but I don't mind this trade. I quietly don't mind it. I'm not ashamed to admit that I'd overpaid just to secure Tony right now, but we could all be just scratching our head why we all believed that Tony wasn't going to fall straight on his face, get in a fist fight, retire in the middle of the game. He seems like a head case the way he's operated so far in his short NFL career, but he's so talented. This is Josh Gordon. We just hope he doesn't take the path Josh Gordon took, and he takes the path Josh Gordon could have took, but he feels very similar, and he's a little bit of an injury risk to most people that he could shake that label free. I think it's unfair to coin him as an injury guy so far, but he does appear reckless with his body, it coincides with being an injury risk. He literally will fall on his arms a certain way, and I'm just like, what? He's just reckless with his body. I guess a perfect example of that when he jumped on one leg into the end zone, that wasn't risky to do. I know some keyboard warriors out there be like, Smitty, hopping on one leg isn't going to hurt you. I'm not saying that, but his unorthodox thinking to get, into the end zone, to get the play completed, to have success, you admire it because he'll put his heart, his soul, his body on the line and do unorthodox things to get into the end zone. He's going to step out, so he just decided to hop into the end zone to keep his balance, and it was phenomenal. Like I said, it's a good thing and a bad thing. The bad thing is that even before he did that, I kept saying he's reckless with his body in a way that doesn't convey, but it shows you how he thinks about, I got to do whatever it takes to, and that's where George Kittle gets hurt all the time. He does whatever it takes, and that's his mentality. And the hopping thing was not an injury risk whatsoever, but it was evidence that he will do whatever. He's awesome. It's a great quality. I absolutely love watching a guy like Kittle or Tony on the field. He's a little bit of a risk, but I don't mind taking that risk. I want Tony in all my lineups. I just don't know if the entire house is going to burn to the ground and he'd be worthless, 2 weeks from now, or he comes out and becomes a top 10 wide receiver. It's really, really tough to know. All I know is the talent is there to be the next Josh Gordon. Really, he could be that good, and we all had such high hopes for him. Josh Gordon could have been a top 5 wide receiver in the NFL. Pierce for Watson. My running backs are Etienne, Henry, Walker. Pierce for Watson. Current QB's Dak. I'm not trading Pierce for Watson. I'd rather just roll with Dak than get rid of Dameon Pierce. That's way too costly. If that's Christian Watson, definitely not. But if it's Deshaun Watson, I don't know that I value that move for you like you may think I would. I don't love that move. Brian, thank you. Is this the same Brian? It might be the same Brian. Appreciate you, Brian. Brian says, have Pollard, Kamara, Cook, Pacheco, and Patterson. Should I trade Cook and AJ for AJ Brown? This was that trade earlier. Okay, thank you, Brian. Appreciate your phone call and your super chat, and I hope I helped you. You certainly helped us. We were all laughing pretty hardcore, and you made us laugh, bro.
To the moon.
$10 hauler from my dude Jonathan. LJ, Lamar Jackson, Olave, Gabe Davis, Henry, Etienne, Kenneth Walker, Taysom Hill, Christian Watson, Garrett Wilson. How do I get Gabe Davis from Garrett Wilson? Garrett Wilson, Rashad White, Jeff Wilson Jr., Odell Beckham Jr. My brain's still not working. Jamar. Owner wants Jamar for Fields. Who's your quarterback? Your quarterback's Lamar Jackson. Why would you do this? Is this a 2 QB league? No. You don't trade. You've got Lamar Jackson, bro. Him and Fields are like the same. They're neck and neck. They're both running quarterbacks. They both have the capability of being a top 5 quarterback. No. Unless this is a 2 QB league. I'm 6-4, 4 wins. I'm weak at tight end. And he has Goddard too, who's out. So Fields as a backup QB, a good idea. Okay. No. Not for Jamar Chase, bro. No. You got to hold Jamar. That's a really bad idea. I would say no. Smitty disapprove. But I approve you, Jonathan, because you're my guy. But that's why you're asking me and why I'm giving you my blunt, honest take on it. I would not do that trade. It would be an awful idea. Let's say Lamar went down and you're like, I should have did it, Smitty, and you're upset. I get it, but we can't play that game. You know what I'm saying? There's no way. Do I start Joey B or Fields? I would go Fields, Roger Johnson in the chat. I would go Fields until Joe Burrow's got Jamar Chase back. Okay, my guy? Trade Wilson Jr. and Tony for Hopkins. I would take Hopkins. As much as I love Tony and Wilson Jr., I would probably take Hopkins, Colin. But it would depend on my need. You know, if you needed a wide receiver like that, I'd understand. If you need an RB or you're going to be very thin after that, or you're acquiring Jeff Wilson, then I would go get Jeff Wilson. If I needed a running back, I want the Jeff Wilson side. If I need a wide receiver, I want the Hopkins side. Earl, I appreciate you, Earl. Devontae Smith or Amari Cooper. I'd probably go with Amari Cooper, but I mean, that's the week that Devontae Smith's going to bust loose, bro. Is the week you put him on the bench. Guilty dropping a 20.
Mashed potatoes.
That's my guy, Guilty. Guilty, you can drop a voice message anytime you want in the voicemail group, and I will play that. This one's I got a couple voicemails here from yesterday, from all my voicemail droppers right here. Here's, I'll get to those in a second. I got them all pulled up. So let me get to Guilty Super Chat, and then I'm going to go through those voicemails. Woke up this morning in the IG group, so I just wanted to drop in and say, hey, ladies and gentlemen, to the moon. Left a few voicemails in the IG chat as well this morning, Smitty. Almost Sunday, men, to the moon. Okay, I'm going to get to those right now. Jake Guilty, appreciate you joining the YouTube exclusive membership. If you guys want to become Instagram exclusive memberships, the subscription on IG. If you guys want to do that and be in the voicemail dropping crew, you go to The Fantasy Football Show on Instagram and you click on that subscription button and it's $4.99 a month. That's it. You can do it 1 month and cancel if you want. Safe and secure through IG. It's not done through me or anything. It's through IG. You get access to a private group of people. You'll see Guilty in that group. Guilty's in there and talking with his boys. Everybody's a close-knit community now. And you can drop voice messages, which is what you hear me play all the time. So if you want to get a part of that, go to my Instagram profile, The Fantasy Football Show, and click on that subscriptions button on my profile. Thank you, Guilty, for the super chat. And while I'm answering these super chats, I'm going to play a couple voicemails.
Hopefully I'm doing this the right way. I'm
You
not
are.
sure, but hey, to the moon. Thanks for having me.
To the moon.
Anyway, so Smitty, this is going to be a two-part message. I'm just going to make it quick as I can. So the trades I've made so far, I traded Elijah Moore.
He's in like a piano bar or something. There's like a piano. He's like in a piano bar, smoking a cigar, having a whiskey. I think.
For Josh Jacobs. Make it quick as I can. So the trades I've made so far, I traded Elijah Moore and Daryl Henderson for Josh Jacobs back in week 2.
Nice.
And I also traded Nick Chubb for Jamar Chase in week 2. I traded JT, Gabe Davis, and Juju for Tyreek and Godwin back in week 9. I grabbed People Jones and Caleb Huntley from the waiver wire, and then I proceeded to flip them for Najee Harris in week 9, as well as got called in back in week 9 and you told me to trade away Joe Burrow because I already had Mahomes, so I ended up trading Burrow this week for Curtis Samuel, Kadarius Toney, and Jameson Williams. And then yesterday I just flipped Waddle, RIP.
This is Jay Guilty, who just dropped a super chat, by the way.
All right, yeah, so I think I got cut off. This might end up being a 3-part message, but that means I'm talking too much if I got cut off, so I'm trying to make it quicker. So my team as of right now is now Mahomes at the QB running back. I got Jacobs, Chubb, Mostert, Najee, Rashad White, to the moon. Jalen Warren, I can't call him the moon, man. You got to do that one, so I don't know how you feel about him. Kenyon Drake, and then I have my wide receivers are Tariq, Chase, Godwin, Kadarius Toney, to the moon.
To the moon.
Paris Campbell,
To the
Ben
moon.
Jefferson. I think that could be a really good waiver wire pickup because of Cooper Kupp's injury. So I'm gonna keep him. And then Curtis Samuel and Jameson Williams. And my tight ends are Moreau and Likely.
All right, here's going to part 3. This guy wasn't messing around when he was leaving voicemails. He's got 4 of them.
Part of the message.
Last part.
Talking too fast.
It's not the last part. This is his 3 of 4. Guilty's drop. He's guilty of dropping 4 messages.
Team right there. My bad, man. So it's
Guilty. It's your first go, so no problem. But yeah, definitely a little bit faster. We can't play 4 minutes of video of
I was probably talking too fast for you to keep up with the team right there. My bad, man. So it's Josh Jacobs,
Guilty.
Chubb, Mostert.
We got it. I'm going to fast forward this. Okay. Okay.
Henry. But yeah, man, what do you think about that? Let me know. All right, guys, to the moon.
All right. What's the trade part list?
Curtis, I might run out of time. Paris Campbell, Van Jefferson, Curtis Samuel, Jameson Williams, Tariq.
Oh, you're just giving us your team. Your team's fire. Was there Jay Guilty? Was there a question in there? Just like a 5 minutes. Hello. I like long walks on the beach. I'm in a cigar bar right now. It's okay, Jay Guilty. It's your first time. We enjoyed it. A couple people said your voice was putting them to sleep. We might need to put you to work as a voiceover, our backup voiceover guy here on the Fantasy Football Show. But Jay Guilty, what's the question? What's the question? Hit me with it, and then I'll answer it. But I would love to answer any question. As far as your team, it's a fire team. You made a mix of good and not bad moves, but like moves that were like even or maybe slightly like the Najee move. He's not doing anything, but you did some good moves. You got Tyreek Hill. Your team looks good. Your team looks good. I think you could take it the distance. But if you've got a question, let me know. $5 holler. Trade Hurts, CMC, D-Hop for Kyler, JT, and Kelsey. Hurts, CMC, and Hopkins. Kyler, JT, Kelsey. So JT and CMC, take them out of the trade because they're even. So Hurts and Kyler, Hurts crushes. Traded Hurts, CMC, Hopkins. You've got to take the Hopkins, Hurts, and CMC side. You traded that away. I don't know that I like this move. I know you got McLaurin as well. Kyler, JT, Kelsey, McLaurin. I like the CMC, Hopkins, Hurts side better. I don't believe in Kyler. Kyler, Watson, JT. Your team's good though. Like, here's the thing, Alex. I may not love the trade. I don't Smitty disapprove the trade. I don't hate the trade at all. I just wouldn't have done it myself. But looking at your team, if you want a little bit of a pat on the back, Kyler, Watson might step up for you if Kyler fails you. JT, Walker, JJ, Amon-Ra, Kelsey, ETN. That is a championship caliber team. You know, the other one was too, but this is a championship caliber team. Absolutely Smitty approved team. Not disapproved trade, but I didn't love the trade is all I'm going to say. You know, I'm not hitting a got him button, and I'm not hitting a button that they got you either, if you know what I'm saying. Guilty says, my trade proposal I sent out this morning. Chase, Najee, Warren, Samuel for Henry, Pittman. Okay, that's probably what you were saying in there. Chase, Najee, Warren, and Samuel for Henry and Pittman. I would take Henry and Pittman, and I would. Is that Curtis Samuel or Debo Samuel? Is that Curtis Samuels or Debo Samuel? I'm pretty sure it's going to be Debo Samuel. Guilty, let us know what Samuel that is, because some people say it different. You know, they say Curtis Samuel or Curtis Samuels or Debo Samuel or Debo Samuels. I just want to make sure we got it right. Henry and Pittman. If that was Debo, then it's a little closer. It's Curtis Samuel. You smashed it. If you got Henry, if you get Henry, the Henry side's better. Henry side's better, bro. Congratulations. And Guilty, don't feel bad about your long messages. It was funny. But yeah, it does help. It is helpful if it's short. Tyler.
Aaron Jones or Josh Jacobs for the rest of the season?
See what I'm saying, Guilty? That's how you do it. Tyler knows what he's doing. He's been here a little while, though. This is your first day on the job, Guilty. Tyler's been here. Tyler dropped a deuce the first time he did it, too. He looks like a veteran now, but it's because he's at practice. Here we go. Let's hear it again.
Aaron Jones or Josh Jacobs for the rest of the season?
Josh Jacobs, but honestly, I feel like they're both going to be maybe up and down the whole rest of the way, so I'm not like a big fan of both.
What's up, Smitty? Got a quick question for you, man. In a 12-man half PPR redraft league, in which I'm 8-2 right now, so locked for the playoffs. That's not a worry. So I'm looking for the playoffs, what to do with the tight end position, because Ertz just went down, so I got Moreau off waivers on my team. And the rest of the guys, a lot of Moon Man. I got Ertz at QB, Saquon and Walker, ETN, and Rashad White. And a wide receiver, I got Adams, Waddle, and Tony. So
4-man league.
I was wondering if I should move some pieces around because I don't think Moreau can cut it for the playoffs.
And
or send like one of the bench pieces, like Tony or Rashad White for me. To get like a Njoku, Dulcich, maybe Dalton Schultz, or go for a tight end one like Mark Andrews. But for that, I'd probably have to give away like Walker or like. So I was just wondering what your thoughts on that.
You don't have to give away Walker, but yeah, you might have to give away a piece. But I would say Schultz is pretty good. Moreau's not bad. You might even want to see if Waller gets dropped. You may have said you had Waller on IR, but Waller's getting dropped. Pick him up, put him on IR. I'd probably just roll Moreau versus make any of these trades for like similar players. You know what I mean? Likely gets dropped, pick him up. If Taysom Hill gets dropped, pick him up and put him in as a backup. But I just roll Moreau for right now, and then hit that waiver wire every single week until you fill it comfortably. Maybe McBride's pretty good. You know what I mean? Like just grab what you can, try and piecemeal this together until you get to a point where you feel comfortable and you made a right move, a crafty little tight end move. But no way I'm breaking apart anything. Schultz, I would trade for Schultz if I'm giving away. I don't know about Rashad White, but some of the other bench pieces you named, I could be okay with. If you got an actual deal that gets put on the table, let me know. Olave, then I got Pedro says Olave for Curtis Samuel, Watson, quarterback. I'm not sure if that's a super flex or what, but I love getting Olave for Curtis Samuel and Watson. That's a good move. And then let me see if I've got any others. This is from Blake.
Hey, Smitty, do you realistically think we'll see anything out of Pitts rest of season?
That was short and sweet. I like it, Blake. Pitts is probably going to be 6 to 10. Look, the tight ends fell off the face of the earth. Pitts is a top 6 to 10 tight end. He might not do anything the rest of the year, and he's still a top 6 to 10 tight end. The tight ends are nothing right now. It's cellar dweller time at the tight end position. I absolutely feel like he could be a 6 to 10 tight end. I absolutely feel like he'll be up and down, but he'll have a touchdown every other game or every third game. He could have 60 yards. He might have that big game at one point. I believe we'll see the Kyle Pitts we all believed he would be this year at least a couple times this year, but he will be up and down. And maybe, a quarterback change is going to be what's needed, but I definitely feel like he's capable.
Hey, Smitty, again, second question real fast. I spoke with you yesterday on stream about trading away Treylon Burks for Cooper Kupp. What psychology do you have for me that I could use to the Cooper Kupp owner to try and get Cooper Kupp from him? I tried a few things, and he wants to hold on to him, it seems, out of thought that maybe Cooper Kupp is available for the playoffs, and the fact that this particular league manager may be able to make the playoffs themselves. It's pretty hit or miss whether he really will. But yeah, any advice will help.
Yeah, I would say that you may have already ruined the opportunity to go get him because he's already dug his heels in and said, this is what I'm doing. And I think what I would have done maybe at the start, just for future reference, is you could always send this is a crafty little deceptive trick, but send a trade offer to him where you're sending him whatever player you just mentioned. I forget who was, Burks. Trade. So you send him an offer, Burks for Kupp, and you leave it up for about 2 minutes, 5 minutes, whatever, and then withdraw it before he can reject it. And then send him a text and say, oh, I just read that he's not likely, don't lie or make up a fake report, but read the negative reports that, there's a real good chance they just shut him down and he's probably not coming back or whatever. There's tons of reports. You could reference me because I think that's possible. And then basically you've basically planted the seed that you would give him. You were capable of giving him Burks, and if he's interested, he'll inquire again. Because you took it away from him, and you could always send another message like, I don't know, let me know, I may change my mind again if you're interested or whatever. And then he's got what he needs. You know what I mean? Like that is a tricky little way of taking something away from somebody, kind of like on Jerry Springer. When the dude's sitting next to the girl and the dude finds out that she was with so-and-so the other night, and then he still wants to go home. Or no, it's mostly the dude. So the girl's sitting next to the dude. The dude was with someone the other night, the night before, before the show filming. And instead of being like, forget you, the person all of a sudden wants to say that, well, he's coming home with me tonight, and then wants to defend her territory, even though it was like this. It wasn't what she wanted. She was ready to just probably leave anyway, but now it's like she's in defense mode and fight mode, and I want to fight for it. You send this person this offer, and you take it away. All of a sudden, they're in their mind. They want what they can't have now. They want what you're taking away from them. And so it's very, very similar to Jerry Springer, essentially, is how it works in my mind. That's a huge trade. Jamal and Gibson, great plays this week. You're not the father. You are not the father, says Sam. Those Jerry Springer shows, they're all fake anymore. They used to be real. Now they're all fake. They're all fake. But you see these people fighting to try and keep the person that just forsake them. They were forsaking them the night before. $20 holler. I'm sorry. I'm here talking about Jerry Springer. $20 holler from James Hendrickson. James Hendrickson dropping a 21. James, appreciate you. James says, wife fleecing James here. Oh, this is the guy that trades with his wife and takes advantage of her roster and steals players from her. He literally hoses her on a trade. I love James. I love when James super chats because we get to read these funny. Should I I don't think Springer's still on. I think he's still alive. Wife fleecing James here. Need 2 running backs and 2 flex full PPR. Pierce, CPAT, Pacheco, Monty, Tony, Nico, Collins, Slayton. Thanks, Smitty. James, let's see here. Ron Navy says fake news. What's fake news? Let's see here. You need 2 running backs, 2 flexes. So Pierce and C. Patterson are the 2 locks for me. And then I'd probably say Monty and Tony. Pretty easy call. Like I'm ripping through that. Pierce and C. Pat. Well, I'll say Tony and either Pacheco or Monty Pacheco. I'm locking in Tony. I'm locking in Pierce. I'm locking in C. Patterson. It really does come down to Pacheco or Monty. And for that, let me get you over to the live chat. Live chat, are we going with Monty or are we going with Pacheco? Please vote right now. Someone pulled that move on me, Smitty, but I think I won the deal. Got Fields now. Nice job. Well, if you know it's coming, E111, I talk about it all the time, so you probably sniffed it out. J Max says choose 2: Pollard, Jamal Williams, or Garrett Wilson. Jamal and I guess Jamal and Garrett Wilson with what do you guys think? Pick 2: Pollard, Jamal, Garrett Wilson. Let's help out J Mac. That's tough. And James, there you go. There's a lot of Monties in there. Go Monty, bro. Go Monty, my guy. Oh, Jerry Springer's fake news. I see what Ron Navy's doing there. Okay, next super chat. Guys, if I missed your super chat, or if you think I missed your super chat, I haven't yet. Bear with me. My little T. Ron Navy, you missed probably the funniest segment in the history of this show. When Brian called up and said, I said, you got to make it. I forget what the idea was. You got to make a trade. And he's like, oh, I don't want to trade. I've been trying so hard to hang on to my little T. And I was like, your little what? And my T Higgins is what he calls him. My little, or his T, or whatever it was. I got to watch it back. That is the funniest clip. This guy brought us so much joy tonight. We were all laughing and crying. Ron Navy, you got to rewatch it. It's unbelievable. His little T. His little baby T. Little baby T. Anti-Slayer says, let's rock it. Appreciate your super chat, my guy. Thank you for dropping that. My little T. Wide receiver, running back, flex. Cooper, Pickens, Slayton, Harris, Chuba. I'm going to go with Cooper, Pickens, and Slayton. Yeah. That is the order in which... Oh, you need a running back. Cooper, Pickens, and probably... Good God, bro. Is Damian Harris... What's Damian Harris's status? I mean, I don't think you have an option. I mean, do you go Chuba? Chuba is not an option either. Damian Harris, bro. What are we doing? What's his status? Damian Harris, he was inactive last week. We're trending in the wrong direction. We don't know. We don't know if Damian Harris is even playing. You got to go Chuba, I guess, if you got to pick a running back. Cooper, Pickens, and Chuba. That's an awful option. Trone, there's got to be another option. Can you hit me with some waiver wire, guys? T.T. Higgins is going to go off tomorrow, says Sam. Appreciate you, Sam. Work with what you got, says 6-4. Trade Zeke or Zeke plus Pickens for Mike Evans. Yeah, I think so.
You've just been Smitty approved.
I mean, that's easy. That's a veteran move against a rookie. Absolute monster, bro. Monster trade. Thank you for the super chat. Sam with another one. Start Pacheco, Najee, Swift, or Gus the Bus. Gus could be limited. Pacheco, I like him in the right spot. This is not it. Najee, give me Swift. Give me the upside in Swift. I know there's some risk involved, but that's me. I'm okay with it. If you're not okay with risk, you might want to go with Najee, who's going to get you maybe 8 or 9 points. Deontay Johnson, Connor, Foreman, Gibson. Start 2 running backs and 1 flex. I'm going to go with Connor. I'm going to go with Foreman. And I'm going to go with, I guess, Gibson. He's getting run. He's getting run, my guy. Start 2 running backs and a flex. Yeah, there's no wide receiver required. Okay, good. I just want to make sure I read that right. Bradley with a super chat. Bradley, MVS Pacheco Hollywood PPR. Give me unless we hear, and I don't think we will. It's a Monday night game. Hollywood's totally a go, 100%. Looking to make like Pacheco. He's safer. So put Pacheco in, and if you hear something crazy, you can swap it out in time. 361 of you in here, and only 161 thumbs up. Muth or Komet, I'd probably go with Komet. He's been on fire since Fields has turned it on. There's no coincidence there. I think you continue to roll with that. I like both of them. They're both good options, but give me Komet. And that's going to trigger Ron Navy, and Ron Navy's going to call up now and be extremely upset that I didn't pick Muth over Komet. He's going to call up and say, in week number 3, you said... I'm just waiting for Ron to call. I'm looking over. I'm just waiting for him to dial in. Muth or Komet tomorrow. Give me Komet. Oh, my God. It's coming. I know it's coming. Let me just say something. You said in week 3, start 1, Rondell Moore, Palmer, Watson. Justin Watson. Start 1, Rondell Moore. Go Rondell Moore right now. Rondell Moore with both wide receivers back in LA. And you know, I know we got the same situation kind of brewing in Arizona. Here we go. Ron. Hit me with it, Ron.
Yeah, you only said that is because you're precious Cincinnati Bengals, who you got all your teeth. You don't want the Steelers to do good. You don't want Moose to do good because you're precious Burrow and your
my T
your,
my T
players.
My precious T.
Yeah, that's it. Your little T.
Did you see it, Ron? Did you see that segment or no?
No, not. I just super chat what happened last night, bro. My brother drove over here, finally got here, and had a long trip. And he gets here and he takes the dog out. She got in some stick tight, some briar all over her body, around her eyes, her mouth, her legs, everything. And we had to rush her to the veterinary emergency room, which is all the way across town, like 40 minutes. And she's screaming the whole way over there, and poor little thing. And they had to shave her, and we didn't get back home till after 3 a.m.
Oh man!
So we've pretty much been down and out all day, and tired.
Sounds as brutal as week 1 was.
Oh, that. Yeah, it was bad. That poor little dog.
It sounds like Spiffy drafting double tight ends and runs 2 and 3. It sounds about as big of a mess as that. Yeah, no, it was great. You got to rewatch the segment. It was we were dying. Yeah. It was like and it was totally genuine. It was not like him being funny. It was like almost like he let it slip. He like what he calls me. Brian, I love you, man. I want you to know that you gave us so much joy. We're not clowning on you. Everybody drop a fire emoji for Brian. So Brian, let's give him a moonshot too, Brian. So Brian feels loved, not like ripped on or something. But it was unbelievably funny. He was like, I just tried so hard not to trade my tea.
I'll go back.
I was like, you're what? You're what? My little tea.
Was it earlier in the show? In the show?
Guys, about when was that? I don't even know anymore. My little T.
Sick Nasty asked if we were going to do the pick'em plays for me tonight.
I don't know. I got to get through these super chats. Ron, give me your favorite pick'em for this week. Just like something.
I only got one set right now that I actually did, so I'll give it to you. I picked Brian Robinson for over 66.5 rushing yards. Nick Chubb's for a touchdown. It's a 0.5 more than.
I like that one.
0.5 rush.
I like the over on the Chubb touchdown.
Taylor Heineke for more than 215.5 passing yards. They're playing Houston.
Really?
Yeah, they're playing Houston.
I mean, I can see it happening, but that's you're looking at all the things to pick in Heineke. Man, I don't know if I could bet on Heineke. Although, what was it that you told me not to? You told me not to bet on something last week, and it was the only one that missed on one of my tickets, and I was like, "Son of a!" I don't know if it was, what was it, DK, or what was it that you told me not to do? You said I wouldn't rely on that. I forget what it was. Anyway.
Yeah, I forget which one it was, but I picked Jalen Warren to get over 12.5 receiving yards.
That's good.
And Tony Pollard for higher than 44.5 rushing yards.
Okay. I could get it behind all those except for the Heineke one, but it wouldn't shock me. Heineke, he could get he could.
Well, just look how many yards he passed for against Philadelphia last week. Look it up. And McLaurin went off, and he's got the receivers that are going off. So against Houston, he's going to get 215 yards. He should be able to get 216 yards.
I mean, again, it wouldn't surprise me, but out of all the players you have access to do it over, I feel like he's still a risk. You don't know if he'll finish the game. You don't know if I feel like I don't know if I would feel like that's a lock is all I'm saying. But yeah.
You could switch it up for players, but we'll see what happens. That was my gut feeling.
Yeah.
You got your gut feeling.
Well, your gut,
but that's
your gut feeling's putting some dollar bills under your pillowcase, so I think we should roll with it. All right, Ron Navy, appreciate you. Sorry about the dog. And call back if I get through these super chats and you hear me say it's clear. You can call back in and we'll do some calls and stuff.
Okay, sounds good.
All right, later, Ron.
All right, later.
All right, I'm getting to these super chats. Please hang tight. Phone lines are not open yet. You're wasting your breath and time real quick. Hold on. Hawkinson, Najee with Warren and Sutton for Jacobs and Higbee. Hawkinson, Najee with Warren and Sutton. I'd take Jacobs. As much as I don't feel Jacobs is quite as good as everybody feels he is, or will be as consistent, that's a pretty good move. And Jacobs, if you still have the trade deadline, if the trade deadline's next week, you can still flip Jacobs for a lot, and he should have a good game. Jacobs could have 100 yards and a touchdown in this one, and so then you'll have more trade bait, or you just hold him. Thank you for the $10 hauler from Maui Boy.
To the moon.
Maui Boy dropping a $10 wad on screen. Maui Boy says, what do you think? Sent Herbert, Foreman, Sutton for Evans and Carr. Herbert, Foreman, Sutton for Evans and Carr. I take Evans and Carr, believe it or not. I don't hate Carr as much as everybody else. I don't love Carr, but Herbert hasn't exactly been a world beater yet. I do think he bounces back, but Evans is a big wide receiver name. I'm okay with this move, especially if you have a better quarterback, which you do, which is Tua. So, you don't even need Herbert. You got Tua. Easy, smash. You get Evans in your lineup. You send Herbert to the bench. You put Tua in. Tua's probably already been in. That's a no-brainer. Easy move. Complete smash. I mean, that's that's light work. Chester Fool. What can I get for Fields right now? Lamb, Waddle, Pierce, more than Stevenson, St. Brown and Stevenson type of package potentially. Aaron Jones, I don't even know if I love that. Evans, as I said, Mark Andrews straight up. Etienne or Walker if you give up another running back at some capacity. Easy to move Fields right now from a team that has no quarterback. It is actually really easy to do. Fields and your mediocre wide receiver 2 for Adams straight up. You give him a quarterback, you give him a wide receiver back that's much lesser than Adams or Diggs. You get Adams or Diggs. Burrow, wide receiver. Thanks again for the super chat, by the way. Maui Boy, $10 hauler. $5 from Damon, thank you. Burrow, wide receiver, Amon-Ra, AJB, Eckler, and running back 2, pick 1. Mitchell, Pacheco, B-Rob. I would probably say Pacheco's your highest risk, highest reward. If you want to roll the dice, I would go with Pacheco. But if you want steady Eddie, I'd probably go B-Rob. And flex Gabe Davis Mitchell, Pacheco, B-Rob, I would probably go with Gabe Davis if that's me. But trust your gut, man. These are all very, very close, and I'm almost forcing an answer on that one. Really, I don't feel ultra confident in those those answers because I'm forcing it. Start Deontay or Swift. Start Kmet or Muth. I start Kmet, as I mentioned earlier, which triggered the Ron Navy call, which he just called to grace us with his Underdog Fantasy promo code Smitty. Underdog Fantasy promo code Smitty. Get a match of $100 on your first deposit, all the way up to $100. If you deposit $50, they'll give you $50. If you deposit $100, they'll give you $100 if it's your first time over on Underdog. And play these over-unders. Play, week 11 best ball, where you draft a team just for week 11. You draft players in just a certain game. You draft players just for Monday night. You do over-unders. It's a fantastic way to get extra skin in the game. And it's a up to $100 bonus match, instant bonus match by using promo code Smitty. Get it done. Go do it live. Start 2 QB. Start Deontay or Swift and start Kmet or Moose. So I'm starting Kmet. 2 QBs. I don't know what relevance that has in this situation with this question, but I will say I'm going Swift. Swift, my guy. Thank you, Rag. Appreciate you and your super chats. Ron Navy dropping a fake news. Jugs, Jamal Williams or Gibby this week. Jamal's safer. Gibby could score though, I could see it. Jerry Springer, same as fake news. Stay with me, LOL. Thank you, Ron Navy. Appreciate you dropping those double supers right there. Start Rondell Moore. By the way, I need to put this up on screen more often. Ron Navy is the top super chatter of the entire year in a single live stream. And we all need to give Ron Navy a standing ovation for dropping fire all year long and being the #1 super chatter of the year with a single super chat in one given live of $700, $765. Give him a round of applause. It's Ron Navy season every season up in this mug. So Ron Navy, appreciate you. I need to do you the honor of putting you up in the corner there more often. I do it normally through I think that the night streams is when I usually am starting to do it, not on the Monday through Friday show, but the night streams. Any night stream, I'm putting that up there for him. And anybody that knocks him off, you take that spot. We haven't really talked about it much. Anybody that drops a super chat bigger than that is going to own the right-hand corner of the night live streams. And I'll do a better job of keeping that up so that you, and all I need is a little nudge. But Ron Navy's so casual about it, he doesn't even nudge me on it. Like, Smitty, where's my name? Where's my nameplate? So sorry about that, Ron, but it's up in the corner now, and I'll start making a habit of putting that in the top right corner of every night stream. Ron Navy emojis are going nuts and anybody that is the top super chatter of the year, I try and give them a spot in an emoji spot. I'll give you your own emoji if we have an opening or when we have an opening. So if anybody does drop that, they're going to get their own emoji of whatever they want, their name, their initials, their face, whatever. So if you want your own emoji, that's how you get it. Ron Navy moonwalks on all of us, says Shady. Start Rondell Moore, Joshua Palmer, or Justin Watson. I already did this one, I think. Rondell Moore. Go Rondell. Rondell's a pretty decent play. I still believe that, even though there's potential for some workload divide, unexpected workload divide with Hollywood being back. Just sent a quick voicemail on IG. Thank you, Guilty. A quick one, sure, Guilty. Sure.
Yo, so the guy that has Henry, he says that he really wants an RB1 option back. So would you guys take out, just send him chasing Jacobs for, say, Henry and Pittman, or like a Henry and Jacoby Myers or something like that?
Chase and Jacobs, or was that what he said, or Henry?
Yo, so the guy that has Henry, he says that he really wants an RB1 option back. So would you guys take out, just send him chasing Jacobs for, say, Henry and Pittman, or like a Henry and Jacoby Myers or something like that?
I would take Henry and Pittman, I think. Am I wrong, chat? Because, when we think about it, it's like we don't know when Jamar Chase is coming back. I guess it all depends on your playoff hopes and your seeding and all that. Because if really you're already in the playoffs and this doesn't matter right now, who cares if it takes Jamar Chase 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks to get back? If he's back for the playoffs and you're a lock in the playoffs, then it doesn't really matter. You know what I mean? Like, we got to remember that. There's a much different perspective for somebody that has no qualms about playoff seeding and all that. I probably say that I still feel like Henry's the best player in the deal, and Jacobs and Jamar, I think Pittman and Henry are just better. Pittman and Henry is just a better combination. Even later, it probably is better for you. But let me hear what everybody thinks. Chase and Jacobs side, I wouldn't be surprised if that won the vote. Take Pittman. Colts are different now. I agree with Jeff Saturday. I think Pittman's going to be a much better option. Myers versus the Jets, or B-Rob versus Houston. I'm taking B-Rob. Can I get a vote on this one, though? Can I get a vote on this one from Guilty? I want to know what you guys are thinking here. You guys are an amazing group, and I'd rather get your opinion than just give him mine. I want him to have both. I want him to have all the firepower he needs to make the right decision here. Chase side for me, says Mac. That's two people in a row that have voted that have said the Jamar Chase side. I'm the only one that said I want the Henry side. Henry Pittman says too quick. Actually, someone else did say Henry. Braden says Henry. Isaac said Henry. Benjamin said Henry. Berger said Henry. I don't know if I influenced that by saying no one else has said it, or if that was legit. But you got nothing but Henrys, like 7 or 8 or 9 of them in a row now. Pick 2, Tony Wilson or Pacheco. I probably take Tony and Pacheco. I guess I go Tony Wilson to lay off of some of the risk of that Kansas City offense being. Yeah, it looks like all Henrys, man, at this point. There's a couple more chases came in. Henry for me. Henry for me. It's a tough call. You're giving up something for sure. If Jamar Chase comes back and is a full go, but you just don't know. What if he's never 100% the whole year? And Jacobs is going to be, I think, he's going to do great this week, but then he's going to be like that, I think. Rondell, Hollywood, or Palmer. I think I've seen this one 100 times. No, this is slightly different. We got a lot of the same question here. Rhino's question is very similar to about 2 other ones. Rondell, Hollywood, or Palmer. If Hollywood news, this is great that it's the same game. If Hollywood sounds full go Hollywood. If he sounds like he'll be like kind of snap counted, then go Rondell. I think that's a really good option for you there. Love the streams. PPR, Gabe Davis, Cooper, or Tony. Give me Gabe Davis for safety. If you want to do a high risk, high reward scenario and you need a big swing, Tony's probably your guy. But Gabe Davis is a much safer and more like steady option. With maybe similar. William, this is my guy William. I didn't know if you would run off. I felt so bad the other day. I don't know if anybody saw that. That was probably the second funniest moment on the show ever. Is when William said something that I had not read yet, and the chat had read it, and I thought somebody was just giving me some story from their league, and I read what the person was reading in front of my face. I hadn't read it yet, and in the chat, I'm like, oh, can't believe someone did that. And it was that our boy William, absolutely amazing legend. William, you are a legend now. Like, we need to have an animation for you. Everyone loves William. William said that if I didn't like his trade, he could get on the ringer and call a couple of his buddies and have them veto the trade for him, and he could get it unwound. And I didn't know that was his super chat. It was sitting on screen, and I read somebody in the comments say that somebody did that. And I was like, what an awful owner. That's the worst. And then I go on a rant for 10 minutes, and then I get to the super chat, and I read William say he. But William, I'm so happy to see you here. I'm so happy to see you here. Hurry, my guy, putting a time cap on me. It says 4325. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm trying to get the super chats. William, LJ or Fields at QB. Also have a crazy update on my big trade if you all want to hear it. William, can you leave me a voicemail on Instagram? Please let me know what your IG name is. I'm going to search for you once you tell me you did it. Leave me a voicemail on IG or call in. William, call in right now on the phone line. Nobody else call in but William. William, call on the phone line. If anybody calls in on this phone line, I'm gonna put you in timeout.
Call into the show. Call into the show.
Call in, William. Only William can call in. William, you can tell the story real quick. It better be a good story because people say that. Wait till you hear this amazing story. They call in. It's the most boring story we've ever heard in our lives. So I'm just going to hang up. I'm going to act like it's a bad connection if William calls up and it's just this long, drawn-out, non-funny story that's like got no humor at all to it. But William's a funny guy. I think this is going to be a good story. Only William can call in. Okay. LJ or Fields? You probably got to go Fields. Well, I don't know. In this game, I think you know what? I'm going LJ. I think. Hold on. Let me look at these matchups again. That's at home, right? Baltimore. It's in Baltimore. It's in Baltimore against the Carolina Panthers, man. The Bears are at the Falcons. They're both wonderful matchups. I'd probably go with the hot hand in Fields. I don't think you can go wrong on it, though, William. William, I appreciate you, man. I'm so glad you came back in here. I was so worried that you'd taken it wrong. There's a lot of fun we have in here, and sometimes people take it crazy. Had an emergency last night with the dog. That was what Ron Navy was saying. Spent the night in the ER. She was into a patch of stick tights. Hundreds all over her. I'm sorry to hear that, Ron. Hopefully the dog is doing better, and we'll send the dog to the moon.
To the moon.
It usually helps those situations. I find when you send a dog into space. Thank you, Ron Navy. Appreciate your super chat. This one is from XD. XD, we got you right here, pal. You said you were on a time cap. I'm so sorry making you wait. I promise I'll go faster next time. To the moon. To the moon for your $10 hauler. All $10 haulers get a moonshot. I have Fields, Watson, CMC, Mixon, Swift, Tyreek Hill, Diggs, St. Brown, Tony Palmer, Kittle, Everett. Accept this trade. Tony, Everett, St. Brown, Swift for Pierce, Chase, Wilson. No playoffs, best record. Wow. No, not even total points. It's just best record. That's weird. Accept this trade. Tony, Everett, St. Brown, Swift. So St. Brown and Swift and St. Brown, Swift, and Tony, Pierce, Chase, Wilson. Give me Pierce, Chase, Wilson. Tony, Everett, St. Brown, Swift. Give me Pierce, Chase, and Wilson. Yeah. There's just too many unknowns on the other side. Easy call. Did I answer that in enough time? I'm sorry, bro. Thank you for waiting patiently. I'm so sorry about the wait. To wait for a seat here at this restaurant, sometimes it is a long wait. I apologize. You see my super chat, Jugs. I'm on it, bro. I think I already answered yours, Jugs. I think we're good. I got to Jugs' question. Jamal Williams or Gibby? Yes, I did. Thank you, Jugs. I appreciate you. The Jugmeister. ER. Start 2. C-Pat, Olave, Garrett Wilson. I'm going to go Olave and C. Patterson. Garrett Wilson's tough to bench, though. I don't blame you for going Olave and Garrett Wilson, but I go Olave and C. Patterson myself. Dak or Herbert. What do we do? Dak or Herbert? Can the chat give me a vote on this one? Dak or Herbert? I probably lean Herbert. I lean Herbert. Herbert's a really good play this week, and I think this could be the return of the Mac. And when I say Mac, I mean Herbert. I mean the Mac daddy of Herbert. I think Herbert is gonna. He's got his wide receivers back. At least one of them is going to be back at a near full-time capacity, I imagine. I'm rolling with Herbs. I think it's gonna be this week. Big crit. I need to say this very slowly. Last time I said a wrong word. Big crit. Pacheco or McKinnon? I'm going Pacheco. Pacheco, baby. 16 carries doesn't lie. 2-for-1s off of Hill idea. 2-for-1s off of Hill, like a taste. Tyreek Hill? Tyreek Hill for St. Brown and a running back. Tyreek Hill for Hopkins and a running back. Tyreek Hill for Andrews and a running back. Tyreek Hill for ETN or Walker and a player. You know, like trying to steal away a St. Brown. That's what I'm doing, bro. That's what I'm doing. Big crit. 7-3 in a 12-man full PPR. By the way, everybody that typed a bad word, it got scooped up by the automated moderation, so no one's seeing it. Just so you know. 7-3 in a 12-man full PPR. Lost Cup still have Tyreek and Devontae Smith. Thoughts on Treylon Burks rest of season? Trade him for Pickens. Thank you, Smitty. Pickens and Treylon Burks are very equal to me in some respects, but I don't trust Burks over Pickens yet. But they both have the potential to be the same, but I don't trust. Burks hasn't done it long enough. Give me Pickens. Give me Pickens. Give me Pickens, bro. I appreciate your super chat, and congrats on the 7-3. You're doing well. Rockout says, check your DM on IG. Thank you, Rockout. I will. Thank you so much. Big Crit is back in the house one more time. Lost Cup. Oh, that's the same. Is that the same trade? Need to start. Need to win. Start 2. Palmer, Van Jefferson. Okay, this is different. Campbell, Landry, Hollins, Gallup, Marshall, Chark, Slayton. This is god awful options. Give me Van, and give me Campbell. I guess Van and Campbell. Sounds like either a cup of soup or a canned soup, or it sounds like a law firm. Give me Van and Campbell and Associates. Thank you, Big C. Appreciate you. King says, can you answer a question I type? I appreciate it, fam. Can you answer a question I type? Yes, King. I will do my best, King. King, I think I might have already gotten to it and you were just waiting. A lot of people just think I'm... Oh, here it is. This is what you meant. I gotcha. Okay, King says, PPR need 3 receivers, 1 running back, 1 flex. Debo, Tony, Pickens, Peoples-Jones, Palmer, Pacheco, Gus Edwards, Jamal, Deontay, Marquise, Hollywood Brown. I'm probably going to go Debo and Tony. Or Jamal and Debo. Debo and Tony. Oh, you got Deontay Foreman, though, too. Man. And Hollywood comes. I mean, like, if word is Hollywood's going to be full go, he's hard to sit, too. I'd probably roll Debo and Tony, or Debo and Foreman, I guess, end of day. And between Foreman and Tony, that's up to you, man. But Debo, you can't sit Debo in this scenario. I'm definitely worried about Debo, but I don't think you can sit him in that set of circumstances, bro. You know what I mean? Like, it just feels a little off to be sitting Debo in that scenario. Reacts Myers versus Jets or B-Rob. Give me B-Rob. I don't really trust Myers. I'm not saying he can't do well on any given Sunday, but I just don't trust him. 8-2, D-Dot. Nice work. Hurts, Eckler, Mixon, Pierce, Mostert, Mitchell, Amon-Ra, Evans, Olave, Boyd, Tony, C. Watson, Goddard, Dulcich, trade Tony and Mixon for Andrews. A little too pricey, my guy. Mixon's above Andrews. You're going to give Tony as well? You need to be getting something. If you get Andrews, you need Andrews and a St. Brown for Mixon or something like that. That's not using fair market value to your advantage. William Miller, I'm sorry I made you wait on this one. William Miller dropping a $20 hauler. Phone says temporary unavailable. Sorry, William, try one more time. Only William can call in. William, try again. If anybody else calls in, I'm blocking the number. Only William can call in. William, call now. Always trade got vetoed anyway. Old boy got pissed and dumped his whole team on waivers. Now the commish has locked all the players in the rest of the season, including Kelsey and AJ Brown. What kind of Mickey Mouse league you running over there, bro? William, you got this guy. You got the ability to dial up everybody to get vetoes going. Circle the veto wagon. We want to undo this trade. Circle the wagon. Smitty gets so excited when people drop a $20 load on him, says Jeremy. Well, Jeremy, I don't know if people do that where you work, but I'm pretty sure someone walked up to your desk and slapped a $20 bill on top of your TPS report, walked away, and then 5 minutes later, somebody walked up, just slapped a $20 bill right on top of your next pile of TPS reports. You probably get a little excited as well, my broski. Okay, so let's not pick on Smitty here. Of course I'm getting excited when a $20 caller comes in knocking. Who wouldn't? Who wouldn't, Jeremy? Yeah, I don't know. William's league is weird. I love William, though. William's my dude. 350 of you in here. Phone lines are now open again.
Call into the show. Call into the show.
Dial into thy show. Your boy Smitty will let you know who to start and who to let go. Dial it in. Drop it like it's hot. I'm here. I'm here for you. Ready to help you win. It's a work league. William, the phone line is open if you do want to call. Justin Fields go off this week. He should young. I mean, we assume he will. Slayton or Debo. I think you got to go Debo. You got to go Debo. You're live on the Fantasy Football Show. Who am I talking to?
Yo, Smitty.
What's up?
Jay Rillo.
What's up? Who is this? What's your name was?
Jay Rillo.
What's up?
What's good, bro?
What can I do for you?
All right, so check it, okay?
Mm-hmm.
So, I'm trying to upgrade that receiver. I know I asked you about it yesterday, and I thought about trading away Jay Williams and Gibson.
Are you, just real quickly, are you doing like one of these when you're talking? Because it's like, it sounds like you're talking straight into like a towel or something.
Well, I got you on speaker, my fault. Hold on, I'll take you off.
Right. All right.
All right, is that better?
Oh, bro, it sounds like I'm talking to somebody different. Who's this?
It's Jay Rillo.
Okay, Jay Rillo. Sounds like Mr. Rillo. That sounded like Little Rillo Jr. And now I'm talking to Mr. Rillo. Okay, Rillo, hit me with it.
Oh man.
Yeah, now we're talking.
Right. So, I asked you yesterday about trading away Jay Williams and Gibson for Amari Cooper. He said you didn't mind it, but you said go after somebody else. Who reasonably could I get as far as like at least a wide receiver 2 for those running backs to add on to my team? Because as of right now, my receivers are as follows. I got Deontay, I got Ayuk, I got Michael Pittman, and I got Juju. Those are the receivers I have left right now. My running backs I'm solid on. My quarterback, I mean, as long as Kyler's healthy, then I'm good on quarterback. But outside of that, though, I need to get myself a guy at receiver.
All right, so we're looking at a wide receiver. You want to know what we can do to get you a wide receiver?
I mean, I could, if I needed to break the bank, I could have had the running back for it. Because I still have Chubb.
So Jay Will and Gibby aren't going to get you much, man. I'm just going to be honest with you. Like, maybe Cooper is the best option. Like, I just don't. I don't think this is like. I mean, Pittman. Take a gamble on Pittman. Gabe Davis. And maybe you like Cooper more than those guys, and that's fine. If you do, then go after Cooper. Like, if you feel like Cooper is better than Gabe Davis, go after Cooper. I don't think anybody's gonna like you. You called me up and you say you want Jay Will and Gibby. I'd say who?
That's true. Yeah,
you know why would I want them? You know, Gibby. Start Gibby, you're gonna get burned. You don't know what Gibby's gonna do.
That's true.
You know, Jay Will, he's losing touches every day probably, but Jay Will's steady, like for you maybe, but like no one's acquiring him. The Swift owner, who's the Swift owner have? Who's the B-Rob owner have? That's your best bet. Go to the B-Rob owner and go.
I was the Swift owner, but then I traded them away in the package in order to get Chubb. So
yeah,
but now there's a new Swift owner.
Olave is a good one. Olave, try and get Olave.
I thought about getting Olave. I thought maybe those 2 for 1 though.
That'd be
Olave?
That'd be robbery. You get Jay Will and Gibby for Olave. I mean, if Swift went down, Jay Will would be worth more than Olave. But right, you can't. I mean, that's a hard game to play, man. Oh, what if? We're entering week 11, man. You know, what if? Whatever. You can't play what if games. Like Olave might be a low end wide receiver 1, bro.
That's true. You know, you got a point. So real quick, if Murray's not good to go this Monday, who's a good quarterback I need to be streaming?
You don't have an option. You don't have an option because it's Monday. You got to get Colt McCoy and decide on the fly, or you make a call like right now. You know, like you don't have the option of, because Kyler Murray's running on the field testing his hammy out. You know, there's no way. They may come out tomorrow and say Kyler Murray's not going to play, but like if you were the Cardinals, why would you announce that?
That's true. One last thing before I let you go. I sent you my name on Insta, so I don't know if you saw the email or not. You asked about.
Oh yeah. Don't worry, you're gonna get your hoodie. Or what did you choose? What size and what were you gonna get on that?
It was double X and it was a spider. I forget exactly what it was. It was a Grindhouse.
Was it a
hoodie?
Was it a hoodie or a shirt?
A hoodie. It was a spider
hoodie. Okay.
I remember.
Double XL.
You got it.
All right, bro.
All right.
Peace out.
Smitty. Appreciate you, bro.
Later.
All right. Bye.
All right. Next caller is on the phone here. Who are you? Identify yourself.
This is David. What's up, Smith?
What's up, my guy?
I have a quick question. I just wanted. I need some help just locking my receivers for tomorrow because I keep going back and forth. But okay, so Diggs is my wide receiver 1, so he's locked, and then I keep going back and forth between I have Debo, Gabe Davis, and Tony. And
Tommy?
Yeah, Tony. Yeah, and then I have Keenan Allen too, but I don't think he's really.
Who's that? Who's that?
Conversation. Yeah.
Who's Keenan Allen? Okay.
Yeah.
You see, you're picking 2.
Yeah, correct.
Okay. This is tough, man. I mean, how do you sit Debo? Like, I know we're worried about it, but how do you sit him? It's hard to sit him, especially when like Tony's like. I can't sit Debo for Tony. I can maybe sit Gabe Davis for Tony, but I can't sit Debo. And maybe we change our mind after one more game, or maybe the chat has already changed their mind and they're like, Debo is on the bench. But I mean, he can take any, and we've seen the talent this year. It's not like we haven't seen it at all. It's more about volume. But he can take one catch. He was the yak yardage king in 2021. He was the yards per catch king in the NFL in 2021. So we know that this guy could take a single catch to the house, 70 yards at any moment during any game. And so I'm going to lock him in.
Okay.
But I'm worried about him. I'd trade him if I could, though. I want you to understand where I'm coming from. Like, I don't like him right now.
I'm trying to move him for Andrews currently. But
yeah, I'll do that in a second. The question's going to be, do you like dice rolling, bro? Do you like to roll a good die? Or are you...
I love rolling dice.
You're a dice roller, eh? Then
dice.
Then you might want to go. You might want to go with the guy known as Tony, because I mean Gabe Davis has some upside too, though. You know, they both got some high ceiling. I would say if you want steady Eddie, it's Gabe Davis. If you want a dice roll, nice little 2-point game, or maybe a 25-point game versus probably what's going to be a 10 to 14-point game out of Gabe Davis with some upside to get into the 20s. He really does have that upside. But Tony is like, he's either going to fall flat on his face, and everybody in the entire fantasy industry that's been hyping him up all week, including myself, we're all excited about him, bro. We're all falling victim to this. This could be a Clyde Edwards-Helaire all over again, and it's the same team. It's the same team. Sky Moore was drafted, wasn't even used. I don't even know. Is Sky Moore even in the NFL anymore? I don't even know. Like they don't know how to properly use new talent. So it scares me, to tell you to go Tony when you have Gabe Davis, a guy I've been propping up all year long. I absolutely love this kid, Gabe Davis. Constantly hyping up Gabe Davis. Like, it's so hard for me to veer from that. So steady Eddie's Gabe. Dice roll, 2-point, 25-point. You don't know what you're getting is Tony. Let's see what the chat thinks. Are you going Tony or are you going Gabe Davis? Ron Navy called up. He's probably angry as can be about something. I imagine it's Gabe Davis. I imagine that he's calling because how can you sit a guy like Gabe Davis, Smitty, who you absolutely talked up all year long? And so, Ron Navy, the floor is yours.
Actually, no, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I like Tony this week because they're playing in Detroit because Buffalo can't play in that milk bowl of a stadium they got right now.
Yeah.
So he's playing indoors.
Yeah, in Shopkey says, LOL, Gabe Davis safe, question mark, bah, ha, 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 serious Smitty. I mean, you have a point. I shouldn't say he's safe. I should say, in my mind, I love him. Okay, that's kind of what I meant to say, I guess. I shouldn't have said safe. Safe's not the right word. I would say we've seen it happen. Tony, we're waiting for it to happen, and we've never seen it. It's sight unseen. It's like getting that verbal offer to buy your home. Like, you put your home on the market, the sign's not even in the front door, and literally you get a phone call. We'll go ahead and purchase your home. You haven't seen the home yet. We're going to buy it. We want to see it. It's like a couple, too. It's not like a business or an LLC. Like, literally someone buying it sight unseen. You don't trust it. That's what Tony is. He sounds amazing. This all should be. I mean, we've seen him on the field. That one hopping touchdown that he scored was phenomenal. But, he could fall flat on his face. But you know what? I don't know what it is, bro. I don't know what it is that makes me just want to be a part of this tomorrow. But I'm starting Tony. I gotta be in on this.
Gotta roll the dice.
I trust Tony the Tiger and Tony the Lawyer, who's in our community.
Yeah, let's go. Tony in our community. Let's go with Tony. Let's go with the name Tony. I love Gabe Davis. This hurts me to say put Gabe on the bench. And if Gabe has 2 touchdowns and 110 yards, you're gonna absolutely lose it, bro.
He's gonna have 2 touchdowns.
I mean, if you want safety, go Gabe. I know what you were saying, Shopkey, in the chat, because you're right. But in this situation, Gabe Davis is safer than Tony, is what I'm trying to say. You want safety in this scenario. Gabe Davis has done it several times. It's not like Gabe Davis has been good once in his life. He's literally gone dormant. Yes, you could call that inconsistent and not safe. But in this situation, Gabe Davis is safe. According, pitted against Tony. Tony's one-hopping touchdown machine, bro. Like, he's just unorthodox. He could headbutt somebody in the first quarter and be thrown out of the game. So it's high risk.
That would be unfortunate.
So, you know what? I don't know that I'm going to lock Tony in. I think I'm going to make this decision in the morning. I can't sit Gabe Davis. I'm sorry. I don't mean to confuse you. You're probably like, darn it, I had an answer. I'm taking my answer back. I'm rescinding my answer. I can't sit Gabe Davis yet. I can't do that yet. I want both of them in there. I don't want to sit Debo. Or Ron, do you sit Debo and put both Gabe Davis and Tony in?
Yeah.
I was debating that.
Yeah.
Chat, do we sit Debo then?
I'd sit Debo and put
Sit
Gabe
Debo.
Davis and Tony in.
I can't believe we're to that point. I mean,
CMC, it's going to be CMC's day.
I agree.
Yeah, and Ayuk is getting fed too.
I don't know if I agree that it's a safe move, but I mean, I think I sit Debo, Smitty, AJ Brown, and Connor for JT. Bro, we're in the middle of something, Chris. Let me answer it. Connor and AJ Brown for JT and Devontae Smith. Give me JT. Give me JT.
Garoppolo doesn't throw touchdowns.
I know, but Debo can catch a negative
Debo
1 yard pass and take it into the end zone from 50 yards out. That's the problem.
And it's in Mexico too.
Yeah.
Oh, high elevation.
Yeah, and you know what? Hey, is anybody else going to say what I'm about to say? Didn't Debo look like he's put on a few LBs? Doesn't he look like he's put on a few LBs? He looks a little...
I did notice that jersey's looking a little...
Doesn't it look like he's got a little bit of like a little extra, I'm not saying that he's looked quick before, this season. It's not like he's slowed down because of it, but it looks like he got that contract, man, and he just started. I think he let it go a little bit.
There were sightings of him at the Ghirardelli chocolate factory there in San Francisco.
I mean, he looks thick, dude. He looks thick. I don't know. I noticed it when he's walking out. I'm like, that boy is a big dude now.
Yeah, he's huge.
Yeah, and not like fat or anything. He's a thick dude. He got thicker. That makes him tough to tackle, but it also, when you add a little LB action, it sometimes makes you more prone to getting hurt. E1111 says that's just how he is. No, I know, bro, but even my boy Raj and all my Niner buddies have referenced that he looks like he's put on a few LBs, maybe a little bit out of shape than the usual. So E111, I'm not hating, and this is coming from Niner fans that have said this. I don't think I'm making this up, but he looks like he put on a few LBs.
Here's what I would say: is go with your gut. That way, we're all clear and we won't get blamed.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's tough.
I'll put on a few LBs. I'll put on a few LBs too, guys. I'm not one to talk. I got down to, before I got the 19, I'm at 222 right now. I've been lifting a little bit, but I'm not cutting down. I need to cut down. I'm at 222. I was at 204 or 205. I was almost at 199, which was my goal. And then I got the 19, and then I just kicked me back right out to the pasture. So I need to get down to about 204 at least. Debo.
You're good. You're the same height that I am, pretty much.
All right. Anything else? Who's on the phone? I forget who's on the phone with us, Ron.
This is David.
David, that's right. David quickly becoming a co-host on accident. David, you haven't overstayed your welcome necessarily, but can you give us one more and then maybe we'll bounce you out of here?
One more what? Like
question? Yeah, or comment, or anything.
Let's see. So I have Pacheco in right now. If you think if they sit Gus tomorrow, should I get Drake in there instead of Pacheco? Because I got Walker on the bench. That's why.
I don't know. I kind of like Pacheco this week, but Drake would be safer if Gus is actually out. But it sounds like Gus will go. He just might be limited.
That'd be
Drake
tough.
is more to score a touchdown, because if you notice, Smitty, Pacheco, they're giving him the carries and stuff, but they're not going to him down the goal line. It's all about Mahomes and him throwing touchdowns or running for touchdowns, and everybody, but it's not about Pacheco scoring touchdowns.
And with Tony's season here, it worries me that Pacheco. I don't know. I still like Pacheco a lot, but Jay says I skipped his super chat. Godwin Peoples commit for Kelsey. I'm sorry, Jay. Jay, you still here? Godwin Peoples commit for Kelsey. I'm taking Kelsey in a heartbeat. That's not even close, Jay. That's an easy one. All right, my guy. Appreciate you calling in. Ron Navy and I are gonna let you go, but I really appreciate you dialing in. It was David, right, David?
Yes, sir.
Thank you, David.
Appreciate you, boys.
Later. All right, Ron. You got anything else for me?
Yeah, sure do. And you can tell me how bad I messed up or whatever. But okay, you know that I'm in the Dynasty Superflex League, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I traded, broke down shoulder coming out of the socket Cook for Geno Smith, second round draft pick next year, and the first round draft pick the year after.
Say it one more time.
I traded Dalvin Cook, for Geno Smith and it's a super flex, so I needed quarterbacks too. So I traded him for Geno Smith, second round pick next year, and first round draft pick the year after that.
I don't know. Where could that pick be? You said. Is it going to be
Where could it be?
Yeah, is it look like it could be an early round pick?
Probably early to middle round.
Yeah, I don't know.
But if I hope, with his injuries and I might get stuck with him and get nothing for him.
I hear you. Yeah, I probably would have kept him and tried to do a different deal, but that's me.
Yeah. Well, I need to try to rebuild this team. So
yeah, message me next time, and we'll try and. It's a tough balance in Dynasty. It's hard to get used to when to trade a player. Like when you got a Derrick Henry or a Dalvin Cook, really, really hard.
It really is. You were okay with my trade that I did for when I did Kirk and Christian Watson for the first round, this coming draft pick.
Mm-hmm.
You're okay with that one.
Yeah.
But I'm just kind of winging it because this is my first year in there, and I'm kind of pissing some people off too.
Yeah, you do that from time to time, Ron.
Yeah, I have a tendency to do that.
All right, Ron, appreciate you, my guy. Good luck tomorrow with the games. Hit me if you have another trade question before you do it.
Yeah, I will. But trade, we're pretty much done with trades.
Yeah.
I mean, it's after this.
I find that if I'm in a situation like that where you have Cook, and even though I don't love Cook, moving forward, I feel like you can go across position to the Mark Andrews types or like St. Brown and get something like that, and ends up being pretty good.
Yeah, well, nobody was. I wanted Gabe Davis. Gabe Davis, the actual.
Mm-hmm.
He's even tricked for Cook, but he wouldn't get rid of Gabe Davis because he's got Allen.
Yeah, Michael, I would do Tony for Gibson. I'd rather have Tony, and then Adrian, I would drop Boyd probably for Kmet, yes, or Sutton for Kmet, either one. You have Andrews and Pitts though. I guess if you can trade one of them or something, then I suppose I would. I don't know. Probably Boyd, I guess. You're live on the Fantasy Football Show with Ron, Navy, and Smitty. Real quickly, I'll take another caller here. Hello? Hello? For Smitty. For Smitty, press 1. Hello? Hello?
I can real quiet. You can barely hear. Oh.
Hello?
You might need to try to call in because you can barely hear.
Might want to talk loud. Try talking loud.
Can you hear me now?
Barely.
Hello?
Are you on speaker? Are you?
It's like he's underwater.
Wait, I'm gonna call you back. Wait a second.
It's like he's got his head buried underneath the pillow, and the phone's on the outside of the pillow.
Yeah, I don't know. You're live on the Fantasy Football Show. Who are we talking to?
What's up, Smitty?
What's up?
I finally got you. This is Matthew.
What's up, Matthew?
How's it going, man? So basically, I'm looking to make one final trade. Pretty much for a receiver or a flex. My team is Fields, Derrick Henry, Skywalker, D-Hop, Tony, Mark Andrews, Komet, Garrett Wilson, DK, and Rashad White. And then I got Deshaun Watson on the bench, too. I'm kind of looking at, like, Olave. Don't really know who else, but just want to see, like, who you think, man? Who you think would be a good trade?
What's the player you want to try and trade most of all? Like, who are you trying to trade?
From my team,
yeah.
I don't know, man. I have Monty, so I'm trying to kind of get rid of him for maybe Monty and DK or Monty and Garrett Wilson.
Yeah, Monty and Garrett Wilson would be great for Olave. I don't think Monty and DK is kind of an overpay. I like Olave, but that could be an overpay for Olave. Monty and DK.
I definitely agree. I feel like get someone better for Monty and DK. I don't know who.
I mean, I like Andrews a little bit. It's kind of an overpay there, but I still like it.
I have Andrews.
Oh, you have Andrews. I'm sorry. That's probably why he jumped to my mind.
Sure. I was gonna try for
Lamb?
St. Brown.
Yeah, St. Brown, Lamb.
Lamb with, so the problem is in my league, there's a guy that's absolutely stacked. He has Etienne, Pierce, Pittman on the bench. Like, it's ridiculous. So he's kind of just holding out on everybody, and his team is just loaded. So he won't make a trade unless it's like for Andrews or
Mike Evans,
or Henry or Hopkins.
Mike Evans
would be a good one. Yeah, it's a guy I've been kind of eyeing too.
I mean, DK and Monty are close. Like, I mean, you could argue DK could be near Evans. You know what I mean? So I don't know if I love that trade totally. I'd probably consider it, but you could go after you don't think you could steal like a JT away or something, right? Because like some people love JT and some people think he's dog water still. It's weird. I don't understand.
Man, Smitty, I drafted JT, and I kind of traded him for Henry.
Oh, that's fine.
I don't know. Yeah, I mean, I traded. It was JT, Waddle, and AJ Dillon for Derrick Henry, DK, and Garrett Wilson, and that's like that was the week before that JT came back.
Yeah, so it worked out for you.
Yeah, I think so. I really like Waddle, man. I'm from Miami, huge Dolphins fan, so I'm a big Waddle guy. But
yeah,
obviously Henry's. I think he's the best player in that trade. So it worked out.
I would go after wide receiver. So DK and Monty, I go after wide receivers like St. Brown. Let's see here.
Heck, he might even be able to pull out an Adams since, Las Vegas, the Raiders are doing crappy, and Adams still has value.
I don't think you're getting that, but I would certainly punch that if you could get Adams. But I would say like CeeDee Lamb. So you're using, you don't have Waddle anymore. You traded him, so you're probably not gonna be able to get him, right? St. Brown.
I was trying to get it back.
Yeah. St. Brown, Evans, and AJ Brown, CeeDee Lamb, and Adams, and you're not getting anything. Probably not getting Adams, but try for that. RB, who are your two RBs? Your starting RBs?
I got Kenny Walker and Derrick Henry.
Okay, and you can start a third running back if you want. Who would that be if you had a running back to start?
It would be Monty or Rashad White.
Okay, so maybe you just do this trade for an RB. I don't know who you could get though.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's been.
He might be able to get somebody like a Patterson.
Yeah, I would go after those wide receivers we named, Lamb and St. Brown and
yeah. So also there's a guy in my league that I've been trying so hard. He has AJ Brown and he's 1-9. He's out of it, but I don't know. He's still being stubborn. And I was just thinking about maybe trying to overpay for AJ Brown
Yeah, I give DK and Monty for AJ Brown. I know it's a lot to give. DK could arguably, like not easily arguable, but arguably to a degree be as good as AJ Brown. But like I'd give up Monty to get that swap going. So I would do that for AJ Brown. Yeah.
Yeah, I offered that. He declined it.
Oh.
I thought that was.
You might be stuck, bro. What about giving up one of them with Andrews to get Kelsey?
Yeah. The Kelsey owner has Mahomes, so he's really stuck on him. But I've been trying. I really do want Kelsey.
Who's your QB?
I got Justin Fields and I have Deshaun Watson on the bench.
Okay. Yeah. I don't know, bro. You might just be stuck.
Yeah. And what about just Komet rest of the season? You thinking he's going to be kind of consistent double digits, or he's going to just fall back down to earth?
We'll see, bro. He definitely could be decent. You know, I think it's no coincidence that Fields and him started kicking into high gear at the same time, bro. So
I agree.
You know, I definitely don't mind him, but I would definitely trade him if you got Andrews or start him this week, and if Andrews looks questionable. But it looks like Andrews is going to play. So, all right, man. Hey, got to let you go. Appreciate you.
Appreciate you. Thanks.
All right. Next caller, you're up.
Identify yourself.
Hello. They get nervous, man. They hang up.
You got to start making those voices.
Hello. I do it when people are already thrown off because it just throws them off way more. What's up, man? You're live on the Fantasy Football Show.
It's good.
What's up?
How you doing?
I'm good. Who's this?
This Hicks.
What's up, man?
Chilling. Start. I got 5 people. Start 2. I got Schultz, Komet, Keenan Allen.
Schultz, Komet, Keenan Allen. Okay.
Michael Pittman and Deontay Johnson. I got to start 2 out of those 5. Who you rolling with?
Schultz, Komet, Michael Pittman, Keenan Allen, and who?
Deontay Johnson.
Schultz, Komet, Michael Pittman, Keenan Allen. I don't know. You kind of got to wait on the Keenan Allen stuff. You know, maybe he's an option, but Schultz and
would you just start Schultz and Komet? Because I'm not feeling Pittman and Deontay this.
I kind of like Pittman with Saturday now. I feel like he's going to rebound, but I mean, you could wait. But I mean, Ryan's in there. Right? Look, Ryan and Pittman have a great connection. Ryan's back. So I kind of want to roll with Pittman. I kind of feel like
even though Slay shot on him.
I mean, is he for sure? Is he for sure?
I think so. Who else would he get? Pierce?
I mean, I just don't know if that confirmed though. Like that's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
Let me look it up.
Know.
I mean, he hasn't exactly been.
Well, McLaurin went off on him last week.
Yeah, I don't know.
But Pittman not that fast. He's not like Terry. He's not as fast. He's not the same style of receiver.
Yeah, the only thing
I like.
The only thing I'd say is like, you know, Paris Campbell's been having some good games. You never know what their plan is, like whether they even see Pittman as the number one. I personally would go with Pittman, and I probably would go because it's not like you're talking about like amazing options. It's not like we're talking about, you know, Olave and an exciting but risky option and Tony. Like we're talking about tight ends. You know, like, are you sure you want to go with Pittman? He might be totally shadowed. Well, I mean, I don't know. Like Schultz.
Tony and Terry already starting.
Who I'm a Steeler fan, and they're saying that he might be a sit for this week. As far as he might not be a good play.
Yeah, I'm a Steelers fan too. I just, them boys are not doing good.
Yeah.
Well, they're going through growing pains.
Bro, I would say give me. Do you like Schultz or Komet, Ron?
I like Schultz.
I would go Schultz and Pittman or Schultz and Komet. I mean, toss a coin on that one. If you don't feel comfortable with Pittman, trust your gut. Like, it sounds like you don't want to go Pittman in there.
I don't know. I think I might just play the 2 tight ends, or I might just play Komet, and then Schultz got a 4 p.m. game, so wait that out and see Keenan Allen plays or not. If not, I'll just run Schultz.
Trust your gut, man.
I put him out, but Keenan Allen hasn't done anything all year. I mean, you're better off playing Pittman or Deontay over Keenan Allen.
Mm-hmm. I'd let Keenan Allen show up. Yeah. I agree with Ron.
Schultz is coming back. He's been really good, especially these last 2 weeks. He's put up pretty good numbers.
I would say Schultz and Pittman myself, but trust your gut. You don't like Pittman, don't go Pittman because I said so.
I'll probably do one of those. Schultz, Pittman, or Komet, one of those 3.
All right, man.
2 out of those 3. Appreciate you.
All right, appreciate you later. And then last caller, and then I got to let this caller and you go, Ron. You were live. You were live on the Fantasy Football Show with Ron Navy and Smitty. Okay. Hello?
Yeah, you ready for my question?
Bro, you sound further away than before.
He sounds like he's on the...
Let me hook up my speaker, bro. Let me hook up my speaker.
It sounds like your phone's across the street, bro.
It sounds like he's calling from the moon.
Yeah.
Yo, give me a second, bro. Give me a second.
One
Can you hear me now?
small step for fantasy.
Can you hear me now?
Mankind. Yeah, we can barely hear you. Go ahead.
You can barely hear me?
I mean, I can hear myself.
Yeah, now that's better.
Okay, man, yeah.
You got 20 seconds.
I got a couple of questions.
You got 20 seconds.
20 seconds to answer 3 questions?
Well, let's go.
Okay, should I start Justin Fields or Jalen Hurts? My other question is, should I start Deontay Johnson or... Damn, 20 seconds, man. Y'all put him on the time limit? That fucks everything up. Jeez. Okay, man. Okay, you got my first question. Deontay Johnson or DeAndre?
Hold on. I'm going to pause your timer. Okay, I'm going to pause your timer. You got 11 seconds left. Okay, it's paused. I hear myself in the background now.
I hear myself.
Hey,
This is a mess.
Super chat to extend your time.
I think I lost my show here. I hear myself in the background. I got reverb.
Damn, I don't understand why.
Yeah. Okay. So here we go, bro. Ron Navy just extended you another 20 seconds by super chatting. But I don't know if there's a way. There's a way to get does anybody have like the show playing in the background?
I'm not gonna even be able to ask my last question. Okay, my first question was Fields or Hurts. My second question was Swift or Deontay Johnson in the flick, and my third question was it wasn't even a question. It was like I traded Cortland Sutton, Jake London, and Christian Watson for Tyreek Hill. Did I win?
Say that again.
Cortland Sutton, Jake London, and Christian Watson for Tyreek Hill. Did I win?
What do you think you did? How do you think you did on that?
I think I won. I just want to get some confirmation.
I think you might be right.
Yeah, I think I won. I think I won.
As for your first question,
but the other 2 questions, Hurts and Fields. I'm kind of torn. I think Fields got the better matchup this week. And Deontay Johnson, man, I've been holding on to this motherfucker for the whole goddamn year. He ain't been giving me shit. So I don't know if I need to start him or DeAndre Swift.
Let's hold back on.
Need to start Keenan Allen.
Let's hold the profanity back a little bit.
You gotta watch your language.
Yeah, because the monetization of the video, bro, you're gonna knock me down on it.
Oh. My bad, bro.
Yeah.
I was just talking. My bad. I didn't know I was on live right now.
I'm gonna take away 10. So you didn't know you were live?
All hyped up.
You didn't know you're live?
Yeah, if you're watching.
No, I didn't know I was live, man. I'm looking at the stream right
What,
now,
what, what do
man.
you
I
what do you
never
think
hear
that what do you
nobody
think this
talking
is?
except when they call in.
What do you think you're calling into?
Turn your volume down on the show. Turn the volume down.
Oh,
on the show
I'm thinking that whenever he take a call, it's like the call he took, like right then and there. I ain't know we was being recorded. My bad.
When you call in, you have to turn. If you're watching his show, you have to turn the volume down on the show so it doesn't give the back.
Hey, Ma, the meatloaf.
Oh yeah, my phone already did that. My bad. I don't know how this works.
Okay.
I didn't know that when I called in, y'all was gonna record me, and then he was gonna have to
Record. Well, no, it's live. We're live, so we're okay. So here's the answer. Okay, so to your first question, well, we're like at 4 minutes and 20. No, we're like at 7 minutes and 20 seconds now. Jalen Hurts is probably. Jalen Hurts is probably the number 3 or number 2 or number 4 quarterback play of the week. So I would go Jalen Hurts personally.
Yeah, that's safe.
Matchup, I like Fields. Fields has an amazing match. You said Fields was your other option, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Fields probably got the better matchup.
Fields has got a great matchup too. But I would just say, like, consensus-wise, and I've looked at a lot of data that's collected and consolidated across the entire industry, and you're looking at Hurts at about a 3 spot. You're looking at Fields at about I would say Fields is about the 5 overall. Or hold on, let me see. Actually, that data might be wrong. Hold on.
I think Fields number 4, huh?
Hold on. Actually, Hurts is 4. Fields is jumped up to 3. My data would need to be refreshed. So, yeah, it's moving. The rankings are moving. The lineups being set. Rankings across the industry. It's a bunch of data collected in one, and it's pretty useful stuff because it tells you like what people are doing, and that's good information to have. Hurts dropped to 4. Fields moved up to 3. They're neck and neck. The matchups are both A+ or A- matchups in terms of, the matchup itself. I personally think I would go.
Right now,
I would personally go with Hurts myself. I know Fields has been on fire, but the only thing that concerns me with Fields when you're talking about a Hurts or a Josh Allen, like a guy that's been consistent all year inside the top 3, is you're going to be playing this hot hand, which is fun to do. But the moment Fields doesn't get to run for 140 yards and a defense finally says we've had enough watching this guy run on people constantly, we're going to figure out a way to contain his running. And the moment you do that, Fields is not scoring what he's scoring right now. I'm not saying he can't do that a lot. I'm just saying the moment a team does, and you got to expect teams to start trying to do that, the moment they contain him a little bit on the ground, he's not throwing for 300 yards. He's not throwing for 300 yards. He's not throwing for 3 touchdown passes. This is a guy that has been surviving and very well off of monster rushing performances with a little bit of passing going on. He's not an amazing quarterback yet. He's an amazing running quarterback. So Jalen Hurts is well-rounded. He can handle, if he's got to run the ball himself, he'll run the ball. If he's got to throw the ball, he'll throw the ball. The reason his matchup is so amazing, no matter who he faces, is because he's a dual threat. So if it's a tough run, he's going to throw. If it's a tough passing defense, Hurts can run. You know what I mean? He's matchup proof, and his matchup rating will always be better than it really is for other quarterbacks because he's matchup proof.
Yeah, I get that, but I need a win this week. So do you think that Fields can pop off another one, or should I just be safe and play Hurts?
I mean, what did I just say?
I know.
You want
something that was long
you want me to triple down.
Hurts is my guy.
You want me to triple down on what I just said? I mean, I could repeat it again for you, but I mean, what I just said, I think explained it. Just like you didn't know if you hit a home run with the Tyreek Hill trade, you wanted me to actually like say it when you know you smashed him, bro. You completely smashed your grandma on that trade, or your cousin Bob, or whoever it was. You annihilated him in that trade, and you still want a confirmation. I want you to trust your own gut, bro.
I appreciate that, man. I want a confirmation from an expert.
I know you want confirmation from on everything. Look, I would start Jalen Hurts. That's me. I like Fields. I understand what you're saying, but I've already said it. I think Hurts is matchup proof. Fields is not. He's got a great matchup. But everybody that thinks this matchup's so amazing, this guy's going to clean up. This is the matchup where we're going to see someone throw for 400 yards and 5 touchdowns. This is the matchup where a guy's going to run for 100. You know what I mean? Like, I'm going to go with the guy that's been consistent all year long, an absolute baller. The team is phenomenal. I don't care if the Eagles got beat and fell apart in one game. They've been the best team in football. This is the best team in football.
That wasn't even in the back of my mind.
What was it?
Yeah, that was an anomaly. They lost to the Redskins.
Oh yeah. I mean, this is the best. This is the best team in football. This is the best team in football. The Eagles. I don't care how they played last week. So I'm going with that guy. You want me to say? I'll say it one more time. I'm going with that guy.
All right.
Twice. And then as for your middle question, this is the longest 20-second call I've ever taken in my life. This is the longest 20-second call I've ever taken.
I appreciate you, though, bro.
I appreciate you.
I wasn't even trying to make it that long, man. This is my first time calling in.
I'm just messing with you, my guy. I don't even remember a second question. Ron, what was it?
Oh, the second question, Deontay Johnson or DeAndre Swift?
Swift.
Yeah. My flex spot.
Swift. Yeah.
Swift.
You want me to say it again?
All right.
Hold on.
Swift.
Let me say it a different way. Swift. I appreciate you, my man. We're just messing with you. I
appreciate you, brother. You the expert. I appreciate your analysis.
Mm-hmm. All right. Thanks for calling in.
All right.
Have a good night, bro.
No problem.
Later. All right, Ron Navy. I appreciate you as well. I gotta let you go. Man. That was the longest 20-second. I don't even think I could have hung up on him. Like it was, he's just one of those guys that like you can't like end the call. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I tried to extend it, tried to give him more time to extend it for him a little bit, make it fun, but
that's great. All right, Ron, I appreciate you.
Yeah, I appreciate you, Smitty.
I gotta go. It's 3 hours. I gotta do these super chats later, man.
All right, later.
All right, let's get to these super chats, and then Smitty's going to bounce out. Looks like we got these two out of the way. Appreciate these two super chats. Andrews, I definitely look to trade Kmet. I just don't know who I'd drop, Sutton or Boyd. I don't really want to drop either, but you might have some good trade value there. Tony's my pick here. Russell Wilson. Jay says I skipped a super chat, but didn't I? I think I already helped him. Thank you, Jay. Damian Harris, Algier, or Eli Mitchell this week? Eli Mitchell, safer. I don't know what Algier is going to do. Damian Harris didn't play last week. We don't even know what's up with him. Play Everett, Knox, or Juwan Johnson. I'm probably going to go with Knox unless we know Everett's like fully healthy, and I'm just going to go Knox. I feel like Knox could be a potential surprise. So I'm going to go Knox. But trade away Fields and McLaurin for Dak and A.J. Brown. No, I'm not trading Fields away. Fields is, aside from what I just said earlier about Hurts over Fields, Fields is still top 4, top 5, top 6 overall quarterback right now. And I think that's too big of an upgrade, whereas A.J. Brown and McLaurin are not that far apart. And I feel like you could almost throw something in with McLaurin to get A.J. Brown straight up. You know what I'm saying? A.J. Dak bye week free. Yeah, okay. Appreciate you, my guy. Ron Navy dropping that extra $4.99 to extend that man's time. Ron Navy's a man of the people. Thank you, Ron Navy, for all of your support. Blackbeard in the house, $10 holler. Blackbeard, where have you been? I feel like you're here, but I haven't seen you as much. It seems like in the comments and such, but I appreciate you. Blackbeard's in the house. Blackbeard's question is, what up, Smitty? Would you start A.J. Brown or Hopkins? Already starting J.J. Was thinking about starting Stevenson at flex or just stick with Hopkins and A.J. Thinking about it too much. Appreciate you. And I guess A.J. Brown or Hopkins. I'm gonna go with A.J. Brown, with Hollywood coming back, with this game being in Mexico, with the elevation difference, with the traveling, the Niners defense. Doesn't it just feel like Hopkins can't explode? Does anybody else feel that way? I just can't envision Hopkins going crazy in this game. Too many moving parts to this. So I'm going to go ahead and say sit Hopkins in this scenario. There's just a lot of negatives going on. And Stevenson, if you're starting Stevenson in his place, I start A.J. Brown over Hopkins, but I do love Stevenson. I don't know how he's incorporated. Was thinking about starting Stevenson at flex or just stick with Hopkins and A.J. Brown. So I guess if I'm picking in order, I'd say A.J. Brown, then Stevenson, then Hopkins in that order, if that helps you. Appreciate your super chat. You're the man, the myth, the legend, the man they call Blackbeard. Appreciate you, Blackbeard. Jay, I think I took care of you. I see your question about me hitting your super chat, but I do think I got it right. If I missed anybody's super chat, would you please immediately in the chat put a bunch of red question mark emojis and tell me that I missed your super chat, and I'll go looking for it. Scotty Do, where have you been? I feel like you haven't been here in a while. How are you, bro? Do you remember me? Yes, I do. Scotty Do, appreciate you. Thank you for dropping that super chat. Where have you been is the question that I'm asking you. We haven't seen you in some time. Tanner, 8-2, non-PPR, traded Swift, Schultz, Lamb for Kelsey. Is that a win? I think that's too much. I love Kelsey, but Swift, Schultz, and Lamb is a heavy price tag. Depending on the league size, if it's an 8-man or a 10-man league, sometimes it's okay to overpay, and it's not really a big deal because everybody's teams are stacked, and the waiver wire pool is rich, and you can just pick up two guys that would make that trade actually look better, because you could say, would you do this? But I'm getting these waiver wire dudes that make a lot of sense. So I would say you overpaid a little bit, but I don't know sum total how that works. No questions. Praised to Smitty the GOAT. Appreciate you, Mr. TD, with your 4-month membership question. Thank you so much. So glad to have you here and a part of the community, Mr. TD. You rock. You absolutely rock. Swaggy, P, Pick 2, Palmer, Johnson, Cooper, Tony Pollard, or Dak or Lamar. Give me Lamar. Give me Amari Cooper and I guess Tony Pollard. Thank you, Blackbeard. Thank you, Mr. TD. I have a bet that Waddle doesn't make it to the top 5 PPR rankings only through week 14. Does this hit loser or swim in the ocean in New England? Oh, you got to swim in the ocean in New England? I mean, what is he at right now in your scoring format? I mean, I'm sure all scoring formats are really close, but let me look in this one league I got pulled up right here and see where he's at. Leaders, wide receiver on the season through week 14, though, but we can get a sense of where he's at right now. So number 1's Tyreek Hill, Diggs, JJ, Cup, Adams, Waddle, 6. I can't believe Waddle's number 6 right now. He feels like 10. That's unreal. I don't know, bro. I would imagine you win this. I mean, if he's if he's top 5, Tua is going to be number 3 overall at the end of the year, which could happen, but that's pretty crazy, man. Rock out. I'm sorry, Rock out. Let's get to Rock out's message. Rock out.
Can you know what it is? Kenny Skywalker going to the moon, moon to the wall, to the sky, to the walk, to the wing. This is how we going in the plane. He be going off the chain. He's going moving, proving. There's no way we are losing. Kenny Skywalker in the building.
That's the man known as Rock Out, leaving us voice messages like that on the regular. What an amazing man. Give him a round of applause for that performance. Thank you, Rock Out. Rock Out is dropping the bars constantly on the show. Thank you. Been super busy. Been missing lives. I'll be back full time again soon. Okay, appreciate you, Blackbeard. Thank you for all your support. That is going to do it for me. For us here tonight, we've been live for 3 hours and 13 minutes. That's a good day. Appreciate you all. I'm live Monday through Friday. Don't forget, I'm going to drop the link now. I'm answering The last half hour leading into kickoff, I'll be answering only YouTube exclusive member questions. That means anybody with the green name. And how do you become a YouTube exclusive member? I'm going to drop the link right now. I'm going to pin it in the live chat. It's also in the description below if you're watching the replay of this video. But if you become a YouTube exclusive member at any level, the $1.99 level or the $9.99, which also gets you the 2 Zoom calls every Sunday. We jump on Zoom at halftime of the morning games and at halftime of the evening game. But even if you do the $1.99 plan, you get the green name, you get all the cool emojis. Guys, drop some of the emojis that you get that no one else can use. And I answer only green name questions on Sunday morning, the last half hour leading into kickoff. Anybody can watch the live. Anybody can comment if they want, but I will answer only green name questions. You don't need to even repeat your question. I literally go one after the other. So please don't repeat your question tomorrow morning. Just ask it once, and I will literally answer every single question and go down until kickoff. So for 30 straight minutes, one after the other, I answer only green name questions. Become $1.99 to support the channel. A month member. Cancel anytime. I'll see you all in the morning. I'm live Monday through Friday, 7 p.m. Eastern. I'm live whenever news breaks. And I'm also live like I am tonight, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, which is tonight, at midnight Eastern. I'm live also Sunday morning, like I just explained. I'm live Sunday after the afternoon games to do a little recap, and I'm live all the time. So we dropped like so many videos today and yesterday. Appreciate every single one of you. Thank you for dealing with me through this cold that I've had, this flu. I guess it's a flu, actually. It's a flu. Appreciate everybody dealing with me. Even misspoke during the wide receiver go forward rankings video. I was talking about targets and I said receptions, and I've been all over the place. My mind's still foggy, but you guys know I'm dealing with that, so I appreciate you dealing with me through that. I will see you all tomorrow morning, 1 half hour before kickoff of the morning games tomorrow morning. I'll see you all later. Appreciate every single one of you. Oh, and Uncle Slayer says that the YouTube exclusive membership is only 99 cents your first month, not $1.99. So why not try it for 99 cents? Get your question answered for 4 straight Sundays in a row. Thank you, Matt. Appreciate you. Punch that like button, says Blackbeard. Guys, we got 271 people still in here. Please hit that thumb up button on your way out the door. It really helps. And subscribe if you're new. We're almost at 17.1K. We almost gained 0.1K over the evening from last night. We hit 17K last night at this time. So we're almost at 17.1K already. We're on our way to 20K. We're doing it live. Appreciate you all. And on that note, let's drop you a little Kenneth Walker action. Or actually, before we do that, Roy, tomorrow. Roy, tomorrow, Gabe Davis is going to have 2 touchdowns. Okay?
Kenneth Skywalker. Kenneth Lightsaber Swinging Skywalker.